Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a ESPN NFL Primetime 2002 here on the PlayStation 2. My name is Sean. This is part of Random Rosters, season number 5. It is week number 5. Overall, it's episode number 85, which is absurd. We are going to have 4 games for you today, but I'm not 100% sure what game number 4 is going to be. As I was kind of writing my notes and taking a peek at week number 6, I came up with a couple of different decisions. We'll have a final answer long before we get there. We are going to start in Tampa Bay. Actually, it looks like we're going to have our answer right off the bat. I'm sorry, we're going to start off in Green Bay, I think. Oh, wow. Hold on, do I have this right? No, I don't. I do not have this correct. Hold on. Shoot. We're actually going to start in Philadelphia. I apologize. Philadelphia, because you have to do the games in order. We are going to start in Philadelphia. We're going to watch the Cardinals take on the Eagles. And then we're going to go to somewhere. We're going to go to Baltimore to watch the Ravens take on the Titans. Then we're going to go to Green Bay to watch Tampa Bay play Green Bay for the NFC Central Division lead. And then, after all of that is settled, we'll have an option between either the Panthers and the 49ers or the Lions and the Rams. I try not to feature teams this early in the season on back-to-back weeks, so I'm trying to avoid that. Here's what's going to dictate that. This game right up here, Vikings-Saints. The Saints are winless. The Carolina Panthers are winless. They play next week in what is the Super Bowl of misery. We have 3 teams in the NFC itself that have not won a game: Saints, Panthers, Lions. I understand that they're playing the St. Louis Rams. I get that. We just haven't seen the Lions play in a little bit, so I figured I'd throw them on. So, this game, which will get simulated after this Cardinals-Eagles game, will dictate which game we watch. If the Saints lose, we'll watch St. Louis take on Detroit. If the Saints win, we'll watch the 49ers take on the San Francisco 49ers. Panthers take on the San Francisco 49ers. Make sense? Makes sense. All right, let's jump in. You know how it works. It is a 4-game schedule. We do it every week. Every Tuesday, right here on youtube.com/SeanOSourceRex. Sometimes we have really, really bad teams, and we have 3 of them so far that are just getting absolutely blasted. We're going to go to Philadelphia to play game number 1 here, and unfortunately, I can't, when I switch to watch, I can't select the uniforms, because it would be cool to put the Eagles in their Kelly Greens, which they just announced the other day. One of about 5 retro uniforms that are coming back. It looks great. It's a terrific shade of green. I'm happy to see it back. I'm sure a lot of people are. Kind of makes you wonder why they went away from it anyway.
Live from Veterans Stadium, it's an NFL primetime.
A couple of 1-win teams doing battle here in game number 1 in some inclement weather to boot. All right.
Tommy, what kinds of things are you expecting to see in this
Tuesdays right here on youtube.com/SeanOSourceRex. You can watch more random rosters. So be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos, and you can keep up with all the things that are random rosters. And somebody discovered the series recently and has been commenting on videos that I made well over a year ago. And I'm like, I don't remember any of that. But I appreciate you watching. I thank you very much. Means a lot. But I unfortunately can't answer any of your questions because I just genuinely don't know.
Switch to using longer cleats for today's game.
Number 81, back to receive the kick. We're underway.
I love the beginning of a football game as the excitement is in the air and the teams can't wait to get out and hit each other.
All right, so we are underway here in the Battle of the Birds. Donovan Greer with his first tackle of the day. First tackle in general of the day. And we are in the city of brotherly love. It's always sunny in Philadelphia, except for today where there is some rain. Shifting from the right to the left is a receiver.
Pass play.
A drop back, and he'll get sacked right up the middle. I mean, there was a running back in there for pass protection and just missed the block. Just didn't even really seem to try. And it's just like that, 2nd and 18. Going to go with maybe a play action from his own end zone over the middle. A couple of Eagles were the best opportunity for the catch there, and that's the wrong team. LaDainian Tomlinson, Troy Brown. That's a good back, good receiver. We've seen a couple of offenses that have really nice pieces to it that are definitely held back by the play of the quarterback. Deep pass down the right side, well over everyone's head, and just like that, it will be a 3 and out. Warren Sapp on that defensive line for Philadelphia.
They'll kick it away. Here's the punter.
From the back of the end zone, the kick is away. It's not going to really get all that far. The Eagles are going to start on the... Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. The Eagles, I was going to say, are going to start on the Arizona side of the field, and then a fumble happened. Antonio Freeman. One of my favorite plays ever is him, the game winner against Minnesota in overtime for the Packers.
Stop at the 38-yard line. 2nd and 7.
3-yard gain on 1st and 10. Sets up a 2nd and 7. Trip receiver set to the top side of your screen. It's going to be a quick pass outside. It's fumbled again, and this time the Arizona Cardinals recover. 2 fumbles on 3 plays for Philadelphia, and the second one they're not as lucky to recover.
Cardinals send a man in motion. O'Donnell.
Cardinals throw over the middle. A nice one-handed catch by Troy Brown from O'Donnell. Chris O'Donnell gave up being Robin in 2000 and decided to pursue a professional football career. And now he is playing for the Arizona Cardinals. Don't look it up. It's not true. A short, quick pass is completed for a few yards. Set up 2nd and short. Or 2nd and 7, I should say.
2nd and 7.
Short game.
43-yard line.
In Philadelphia territory after the turnover. Deep pass left side. Doesn't find the receiver, though I appreciate that the receiver actually ran to the ball instead of jumping. Unfortunately, the hitbox a little wide on the defensive back, and when the defensive back went up, it slowed the receiver down and he wasn't able to grab it. Doesn't matter because it is converted on 3rd down anyway. 2 catches, 20 yards. He had 12 on the previous, so he needed 7, got 8. 1st and 10 inside the 40. O'Donnell throws and finds, I believe that's Troy Brown again. Number 80 is going to have 80 catches by the end of this game at this rate. Couple of nice receptions there. 1st down and 10.
At the 21-yard
just
line.
Outside the 20.
He shows a 4-3. O'Donnell drop back.
Throw over the middle. Finds nobody. Was one Cardinal in a sea of Eagles there. And then 2nd down and 10. Halfway through quarter number 1. Arizona Cardinals had a miserable first drive, but they've had a much better second drive off of the turnover. O'Donnell takes the snap. Short drop, throws left side. Nice find. LaDainian Tomlinson picks up his 2nd catch of the day. That would be the long of 7 that he had, and it'll be 2nd down and 3. And by 2nd down, I of course mean 3rd down. O'Donnell takes the shotgun snap and finds Tomlinson again. And I like that play on 2nd down. Just a short, quick pass to Tomlinson. See if he can make a move, make a man miss, get a good gain. He was able to make it a 3rd and very manageable. And then they're going to be able to score a touchdown off of it. So Arizona. And that's Troy Brown, as it nearly destroys my PlayStation 2. Can you settle down, please? First touchdown of the game goes to Arizona off the takeaway. Kick is up and the kick is good. 1:49 to go here in the first quarter. And I will join you in just a moment.
Into the pouring rain. Brought down by 9. 1st and 10. The Cardinals line up in an 8-man front. Nowhere to run. A 1-yard run by Freeman.
They must have switched their blocking assignments at the last second. Somebody must have missed the call.
Hasselbeck with the play fake. It's caught. Stop at the 40-yard line.
Hasselbeck with a nice throwing completion there. Apparently I need to get up and leave the room. And that's what gets this Eagles offense going. Really nice play there off the play action pass. Interesting to see. Hasselbeck number 8 would be Matt Hasselbeck, who backed up Brett Favre for a number of years. Would have been traded to the Seattle Seahawks around this time. Maybe I don't know if they ever show his picture or what, but he was a mainstay on that Seahawks offense through the mid 00s, like. Led him to the Super Bowl in 05. Sean Alexander, Mark Strong in the backfield for the Seahawks. The good old phantom hold that just never happened in the Super Bowl.
That kind of mistake is not going to win him any points with the coaches.
2nd and 12.
They didn't cut to a coach just screaming at a man's face. So 2nd down and 12 following the penalty. I'm going to go with the right side. Nice little gain there to try and pick up some of those penalty yards. The hitboxes are going just absolutely wild. 3rd down and 8. So we got 4. 3rd down and slightly long.
3 wide for Philadelphia.
Hasselbeck drops back, throws left side, deep pass, finds the backhand of a defensive back, or perhaps the front hand.
Not throw too many passes to Sean Springs' side without expecting him to pick one.
Oh, Sean Springs. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know why you're picking on Sean Springs back there. Would probably be kick catch interference today, but it's not back then. This game apparently plays by XFL rules.
O'Donnell drops back.
O'Donnell throws right side, tipped and incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Neither offense looking particularly good. Couple of flashes here and there. Arizona the more consistent offense, but it's doesn't feel like it's by much. Pitch left side and try to find some room. Nice job by Williams and that Eagles defense to swarm to the ball and create a 3rd down and 14. 7-0 through 1 here. Arizona on top. That touchdown came after the turnover. So their one touchdown, their best drive, after a turnover. Twice now we've seen them just get the ball off of a kickoff or punt or whatever, natural change of possession. They're going to go with a Hail Mary type play here on a 3rd and 14. Seems a little bit weird and completely overthrows everybody. The 2 drives that they've gotten from a kickoff or from a punt have resulted in negative yards. Arizona has to get turnovers apparently to score. Very bizarre play call on 3rd and 14. And these Eagles, as you see him hold that ball a little extra, we're going to get really good field position inside the 45. Ronnie Harrison, Sean Springs, Charles Woodson. That is maybe the most absurd. Last season in Madden 04, we saw maybe the most absurd quarterback room we will probably ever see. That is such a monster secondary. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Those three guys,
at the 35-yard line.
the other guy could be taking a nap and they would still be fine. Second down and 3. That's just how good those three are.
Cash.
Oh, a terrible decision to try and run behind the
Lost a few
blocker
yards
there.
on that play.
And they're going to lose a
Great jumping
bunch.
gun on the
Third
snap.
down and
Yeah, and
13.
there's nothing you can do when a
That
defender
is
gets
a
in there that quick.
mammoth loss right there. Poor decision and just got driven to nowhere.
Looking to throw.
Throwing left side, tries to find a receiver and it makes a completed pass. It'll get him inside the 40, but it should hold for the punt. I'd be surprised if we see a field goal here. We are going to see a field goal here. All right, Mike Hollis from Idaho. Idaho University, a Vandal. A real-life, actual Idaho Vandal. The kick is up, and it is wide to the right. He had enough leg on it, but not enough there.
You do not get the 3 points when you miss a long field goal, but you give up field position as well.
Ball to number 22.
Wait, do they not have Tomlinson's name in the game? LaDainian Tomlinson with a nice find off that right side. Well blocked and gave him 6. Second down and 4. O'Donnell again throws and finds a nice reaching grab there. One-handed snag by Tomlinson again. And that is a nice play as well.
Showing what it can do through the air.
First and 10. The Cardinals send a man in motion. O'Donnell looking to throw.
That was an incomplete pass. I'm a little surprised at that. I thought that was going to be another completion. Not a great completion, but a completion nonetheless. Second down and 10 inside the 40-yard line. O'Donnell down the right side, incomplete. There are about 4 Eagles defenders in that area and only 1 Cardinals receiver. The throw was pretty short. Good defensive play there. Third and 10. O'Donnell is thrown. It throws an interception. And he's going to try and get up the field. He'll get it right around midfield.
His first interception
Wow.
today. Philadelphia ball.
Okay. These teams have had terrific starting field position in this game so far. Arizona scored their touchdown following a takeaway. Can Philadelphia return the favor? 2:42 to go here, second quarter. Ooh, they cannot. Not a good start on that drive.
Offensive coordinator had something else in mind.
Fernando Smith with a really nice play there. Got off that block clean and was in the backfield or in the lane at least to make sure that there was no gain, but a slight loss on that. Second and 11. Hasselbeck with a delayed handoff, knocks a man over, but gets tackled by the second guy. That's Rodney Harrison on the tackle. Third down and 7 following the 4-yard gain. The Eagles a little conservative, kind of surprisingly, after the sudden swing. Ideally, you would see maybe a more aggressive approach. And I don't love that play call on third down and 7. It was pretty well blocked on the outside. A nice quick pass to try and give him an opportunity to make a move, try to find those yards, but nothing doing. Of course, if they were going to make it 2-down territory, it is a good call. Fourth down and 2. The Eagles going for it, and they are going to go with a delayed handoff. He had it, didn't have it, and re-got it. It's first and 10 at the 40-yard line-ish. Sam Gash. Cash, I may have misread that name. Either way, it's a first down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Kind of a gutsy call there following a couple of very conservative plays. Big bomb down the right side is grabbed nicely up high by number 86, and that might be Antonio Freeman. Weirdly let that ball go and then got clobbered. It was a very weird-looking animation. This game does look a little stiff in spots and a little odd, but it's pretty solid. I think the pacing of the game is the biggest win for me. Being able to reliably get 4 games in in a pretty consistent time frame is very nice. All right, so we've seen 2 turnovers. Both teams have taken it all the way into the end zone following a takeaway. Mike Hollis. Is good. I put the arms up because I had confidence. It is a little. Ooh. All right, so 1:17 left in the second quarter. He's going to take it from the end zone and get up to about the 17. As Darian Smith picks up a tackle. 7-7 game. O'Donnell throws left side, deep down the field, and it hits the hands of a Philadelphia Eagles defender. O'Donnell throws. He threw that to the right side. The defender was all over that. I am surprised that was not an interception.
Quarterback looks to pass.
O'Donnell throws another incompletion. Very quick drive. Going to leave Philadelphia a lot of time and timeouts to work with, as it is now 4th and 10. Couple of punts. Average 41 yards. That man is absolutely glitching the heck out. He'll get up past midfield, just inside Arizona territory. And Philadelphia feels like they have been starting in this field position all day long. They've been really winning that field position battle. This is why it can be so frustrating to see quick timeout called there. It can be so frustrating to see them run it from 5 yards deep in the end zone, because it sets you up for it sets you up in bad field position that makes it easier for the defense to capitalize on it, and then you consistently lose the field position battle as he runs out of bounds, I should say. Thought he had the first down, but just went and decided not to. I think that's a situation where you got to try to pick it up there. That's a terrible throw to the left side, incomplete, over everybody's head. And that's the difference. I mean, if he just turns upfield because there wasn't anybody else in frame, and at least a couple more yards, I don't think it makes it the passing situation. Instead, I think it's a running situation. Or just get the first down and don't be a dummy. And again, Arizona deep in their own territory. But 5-yard difference. The punt's not getting super far down the field. No idea why Philadelphia took a timeout there. Doesn't make any sense. And you just see this, like, Philadelphia is just able to push them further back with the punts. And that field position battle almost started to go the other way. But if they punted from here, and that first drive too, they lost 8 yards on the first play. All of it was bad. It was all bad. Off the hand, incomplete. These receivers can't catch anything. And now that Philadelphia timeout's actually looking pretty good. They have 1 timeout remaining with 25 seconds to go. They're going to get probably pretty solid field position. He's only kicking it about 40 yards. So that should mean that he's returning it.
Stop at the 41-yard line.
So it's about a 50-something yard punt, minus like 9. Okay. 18 seconds to go. Philadelphia doesn't need much. They have a kicker with some leg. There's a nice find right there. Now we're getting into some interesting territory. They're out of timeouts. We've seen a couple of teams, including my beloved Green Bay Packers, cost themselves opportunities with these timeout usages. Hasselbeck's going to roll. He fires deep down the field into the end zone. Caught! It's a touchdown right before half. Held on through the contact, and it is 13-7. Hasselbeck held on to that ball for a very long time. Arizona defenders started to close in. Let it go, took a hit, and threw a Nice completion in the end zone to a, I mean, I would argue wide open man. We've seen a lot of these touchdowns right before the half. Very exciting. 13-7. Actually, no. Check that. Check that. We saw a lot of them that came up short last week. Or was it the week before? Who knows? What time is it? What day is it?
High and to the right.
5 yards deep. He'll get tackled at the 15-yard line.
Wilson.
Not even the 15. That's the 14-yard line. And that's the difference, right? That's a 6-yard difference. That if anything goes wrong, just makes it worse. They will take a knee, and that is it.
At halftime, the Eagles 14, Cardinals 7.
So Philadelphia, the first team to score off of a...
The Cardinals line up for the kickoff.
Was that a natural change of possession?
They're underway.
You know, Chris, let's hope that this second half isn't as ugly as the first.
Yeah, let's hope these teams figure out how to play football. That'd be really nice.
22-yard line. The nickel package with just 3 rushers. Hasselbeck looks downfield.
Goes over the middle. Spin move's going to maybe cost him a couple of yards there. It actually will cost him 4, as you can see that yard after catch is -4.
You put your players in position, but the offensive player makes the play.
Hasselbeck with the play fake.
Hasselbeck had a bit of a cluttered or muddied pocket there, but found a throwing lane and found Sam Gash, 10th year out of Penn State. It'll be first down and 10.
Here's the handoff. Brought down by Reese. A 2-yard run by Stewart. Second and 8 at the 45-yard line. The D shows a 4-3. Handoff to Gash. That's his 5th tackle today. Third down and 4 for the first. Strong eye, receiver in the slot for Philadelphia.
Right, third down and 4 for Philadelphia.
The quarterback looks to pass.
Throws left side, is off the hands and incomplete.
He just dropped it.
Man, it's lucky that this game doesn't have an AI that makes adjustments to the ball. We would see a lot more interceptions if it did like even half of like what Madden does, because it seems like every tip pass just goes up in an arc instead of like kind of just like going differently. You know what I mean?
10 at the 19-yard line. The Cardinals send a man in motion.
First and 10 for Arizona.
O'Donnell drops back.
And even when the
That's his first knockdown pass of the game.
the Cardinals just cannot win this field position game. They just can't do it.
O'Donnell looks downfield. Brought down by Booker. 9-yard reception by Brown. That's his 5th catch today.
Chris, the receiver, could probably hear the defender's footsteps on that play.
Here's the run.
Troy Brown is coming through in the clutch consistently, averaging a first down a reception, but Keith Taylor shuts the door on that drive, and it is 4th and 1 for the Arizona Cardinals, who just can't get anything going. The field position hasn't helped them. They have so far to go, which means they need so many things to go correctly in their favor.
Brought down at the 38-yard line.
And they just can't get it. They get the 9-yard gain, but it's not enough. They hand the ball off to LaDainian Tomlinson, a terrific running back. Can't find the yardage. It's not enough. First and 10 for the Eagles, who haven't fared much better offensively. They've just had really good field position, and aside from like the one fumble mistake, they've been ineffective but not bad, I guess. Going with a handoff. I mean, that is large credit to this Cardinals defense. Let's, not say that, the Arizona or the Philadelphia Eagles offense is They're so great. This Cardinals defense is playing really well. They're just not getting set up in good positions. That's a terrific piece of coverage right there to get in the way of the ball between the quarterback and receiver. I thought that was going to be a completion, and he came seemingly out of nowhere to make an excellent defensive play and force a fourth down. See if Arizona can help themselves with some good field position here up to the 25 and a little bit past that 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Near formation in the backfield.
2:07 here in the third. Pitch to the right side. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Excellent pursuit there. I had the right word. By Simeon Rice. And a fumble recovery. Did I miss a turnover? O'Donnell throws deep right side. Off the hands and incomplete. 3rd and 14. Just like that. Arizona's running game is not doing them any favors. Their passing game is letting them down on top of it, and it's just miserable. That was the right read. It was a solid pass, good decision, but it's just like a little bit too far to the left. Too far left. And it pulls him out of bounds. Got 12, but needed 14. Oh, a fumble again! Did he get it? Did he get his own fumble? How did Arizona not come up with that recovery? I don't know why you're cheering. You lost the ball.
1st down and 10 to go. The pitch to Stewart. Runs right.
Pitch right side. Tries to run through some defenders. Not a whole lot going on the ground for the Eagles or the Cardinals, to be honest. Both defenses playing pretty well. More of a good defensive game, because we've seen that's a terrific play. That's a terrific play. A great example right on cue. Reading what the offense is doing, shooting to the ball, and executing well on defense. That's been, for the most part, there's been some poor play calls here and there, but there's another good defensive play. Just right on top of it. You're not getting many yards after catch, if any.
Because of that protection,
I would argue this is a good defensive game.
Of taking his time and putting a little touch on the ball.
So 4th and 3. Oh my God, they're going for it. I just put together that they're going for it. I can't believe they went for that. 4th down and 3 in your own territory? Wow. What a weird call. And it looks like they're going to start to kind of milk some clock here. The quarter comes to a close. Philadelphia on a 14-0 run. And they take a 7-point lead heading into quarter number 4. Will flip the field
1st and 10
and get started.
38-yard line. Stewart with the ball.
Trying to find some room for Stewart. Nothing doing there. William Whitehead.
1-yard run by Stewart.
It just doesn't make any sense why they would do that. It was the 3rd quarter. You're up by a touchdown, and your defense has played very well. All of that was confusing. All of it was confusing.
2nd down and 9 to go. The D shows a 4-3.
2nd down and 9.
The pitch out by Hasselbeck.
Looking for Stewart. Nice job to shoot it, or stretch it to the outside there. Tries to find some room. Gets a couple, but sets up a 3rd down. 3rd and 4, 3rd and manageable. They'll run another 30 seconds or so off this clock. Under 4 minutes to go. Do they go for it again?
3rd and 4 at the 44-yard line. The pitch to the back.
Another pitch to the right side. You absolutely can't go for it now. That was a terrific defensive play. I believe that's Sean Springs. No, it's Charles Woodson. Interesting. I kind of forgot both those guys wore 24. You know why? Is because I think Woodson wore 21
Smith back to punt.
when he played for Green Bay. Hunter Smith back to punt. The kick is away. It's a nice kick. He'll be inside the 20. He'll get up to the 25. The 30 tries to find a little bit of room around the outside. Looked like he was winded up a spin move, but just couldn't get there. It'll be first and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Strong side receiver in the slot for the O. The quarterback looks to pass.
O'Donnell drops and throws. That's a good defensive play. Darian Smith. Another one of those weird kind of seemingly out of nowheres. Just a nice job getting in the passing lane and knocking it down. Second and 10. O'Donnell throws and finds. Oh, I thought he had it. That other man slipped again. A lot of banana peels out there on the field. Not to be mistaken for penalty flags. The officials just kind of throwing them out there.
O'Donnell looking to throw.
O'Donnell over the middle finds a receiver with a one-handed grab into Philadelphia territory. That's a big catch right there. Arizona, I keep mentioning the uniforms that they're bringing back, or they're changing, tweaking. The Lions have the best alteration to their helmet. That helmet looks fantastic. Arizona's pretty bad. It doesn't look good. It's a complete redesign. Well, not a complete, but it's a full uniform redesign, like their every Sunday threads. It's not like an alternate, or it's not a specialty new thing. It's, you know, nice deflection there on the back end. Bad decision there to throw into triple coverage. Third and 10 again. Arizona's not out of this game. They can finally kind of win this field position battle, which would be good for them. It's an incomplete pass. Tried to thread the needle, but just too many Eagles in the way. It'll be fourth down and 10. I like this call. I'm okay with it. I think you try to pin them deep here, and you go from there. I do think that Arizona, because I don't think they really have a whole lot to do with their uniform. I do not love the blackout uniforms. I just think they're kind of, It's black and red. Like, but you can't do white out because you got white already all over the place. Anyway, not my favorite. I don't love the new Arizona uniforms. I don't think I've ever really liked Arizona's uniforms. Maybe a name change. Maybe a name change to get some fresh look, some fresh feel in there. I don't think you would see that in the year 2023. I think everything's far too established. All right, 2-minute warning hits with Arizona trailing by 7. Still in this game. They have timeouts in their back pocket. They're finally going to be on the positive side of this this field position battle, except for they just gave up a huge run to Stewart, who I think glitched forward 5 yards. Wow, it was a very weird end on that run. That was the worst possible time that they could have let up a run like that. They had a 2nd and 10 after a great defensive play. You have the 2-minute warning, saves you a timeout. Take two quick timeouts, get 2 stops, and you get the ball with a minute 50 to go. Instead, you let them go up the sideline for a big gain and a first down. The Eagles can salt this one away. I mean, they're not out of the woods just yet, but... Okay, now they are. Now they're in trouble. 36 yards, and I would say 25 of those on the last 2 carries.
Another weapon a defense must account for.
It's a good job by Philadelphia's offensive coordinator / offensive line to just stick with the running game. Just keep pushing. Eventually they'll break. Yeah, you had rushed it 6 times for 8 yards and your average looks like garbage. Keep pounding, keep going, break them, and you get runs like that late in the game in key situations. I formation here. They bled that play clock all the way down to the 3-second mark. Hasselbeck, weirdly, is going to take it, and he tried to get out of bounds.
They have 2 remaining.
Kind of, maybe? I don't know. It looked like he was going, like, up and then immediately over. Boop, bop.
Timeout, Cardinals.
Now they're going to take a knee. I'm very confused by the play calling here. You got to try to get a first down. I don't think they're going to.
Timeout, Cardinals. They have none remaining.
The clock management is simultaneously fantastic because I like seeing that Philadelphia, you know, they run the end of the third quarter out. They're you know, taking care to take as much time as possible, early stages or late stages of the game. Early stages fourth quarter for us, late stages fourth quarter for probably game logic.
The player of the game
How was the game? Oh, never mind. Hasselbeck. The Eagles are winning. I forgot. We see a lot of game MVPs for losing teams, which is very weird as well. I just, they do such a good job, and then right around the 30-second mark, like the game just goes into this like we have to kneel, take a knee. It doesn't take into account the number of timeouts that the opposing team has. Like, it just... Oh, they're not going to get the playoff, you idiots! Oh, my God.
The Eagles win by 7 and go to 2-3.
He didn't get out of bounds, and they waste so much time with some of the cinematics and celebrations and stuff. Oh, and they were going to run the big play, the big bomb play that Philadelphia scored the touchdown on right before halftime, and they could not get the playoff. Idiots. All right. So 14-7 is your final. Eagles beat the Cardinals in what was a pretty good defensive battle. And the Cardinals kind of show why they're at the bottom of the NFC West. Eagles picking up probably a pretty big win for them. The NFC East is typically only competitive between Washington and Dallas. I don't think we've seen the New York Giants or the Philadelphia Eagles in the playoffs. The Cardinals are in the NFC East, I believe, in this game. As we take a quick look at it. Okay. And they are, yeah. So that was a divisional matchup that I kind of didn't realize. Cardinals getting outscored by a large margin. All right. We are going to Baltimore. Now, the game to keep your eye on here is the Vikings and the Saints. That's going to dictate what we watch later today. Now, granted, Carolina could win as well, so it could get kind of borked one way or the other, but I would love to see two winless teams play each other next week. Titans taking on the Ravens. We'll go ahead and simulate that. And it's not even on the screen. I can't even see. We're going to have to wait till after this game to find out what game we're going to be watching. Which is kind of wild. Kind of a wild thing to just go like, I don't know. Who knows? You know? Who knows? You don't know. You know I know. You don't know I know.
Welcome to today's game between the Baltimore Ravens and
Welcome
the Tennessee
to
Titans.
Sign
Chris Berman here with Tom Jackson.
Definitely read that as
today's game on
Pissnet.
ESPN. Tom, what do these two
37
teams bring
degrees
to the
with
table today?
50% humidity
for
for today's matchup between the Baltimore Ravens
Meanwhile, the Tennessee Titans
and the
come into
Tennessee
this game
Titans.
in fifth place in
2
their
and 2
division.
taking on 1 and 2.
Defensively, they're
The
currently
Titans
ranked
are
third
in
NFL
the
at
Central.
stopping the run and
So I believe this is an
17th when it
AFC
comes
Central
to
matchup.
defending
I'm
the
not
pass.
super familiar with the
Tom.
divisions in this. There's a couple of them that throw me off. Colts and the Titans would be one as well. And then the NFC West is a very bizarre mashup of teams as well.
Kickoff by
That leads to the NFC East being kind of confusing as well. Like on top of all of this, it's like, okay, well, this one team's here. Because I wanted to think that the Cardinals were in the West, but no, they're in the East. Because they were in St. Louis for a long time. So it kind of makes more sense. But then you have Atlanta and Carolina in the NFC West going like, what is happening?
He lost a few yards on that play.
Eric Allen returned 4 interceptions for touchdowns in 1993 and is capable of going to the end zone on every pick.
Second down at 18. Second time we've seen a game start where the Testaverde throws. I thought that was going to be a pick. That was such a great break on the ball. I thought that was an easy interception. The way that guy jumped on that route and the lob pass coming in, I thought was going to be an easy pick. But it wasn't. Instead, it was a 12-yard gain after another disastrous first down. First possessions of the game have not been kind to those teams so far. Both of them suffering 8-yard losses. Titans put up a little bit more of a fight, getting it to a 4th and 3, whereas the Cardinals had to punt from the back of their own end zone. Ugh, gross. Notre Dame player. 4th down and 3. Drive takes a little more than a minute off the clock, and the Ravens will get the ball. The first guy missed him somehow. Get the ball around, probably the 25-yard line. Emmitt Smith in the backfield. Keyshawn Johnson.
1st and 10.
Don't forget, Cleveland ran out of time for a game-winning field goal attempt last week. That was exciting.
Johnson.
Oh, no. Johnson finds a nice... I thought that was going to be a disastrous play. One catch, 6 yards, and somehow 15 yards after the catch. Do that math. Figure out that math. How did he have 15 yards? He got 6 yards and 15 yards after. He threw that ball 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage for him to get 15 yak for a gain of 6. 3rd down and 3, going with a really nice, easy run right up the middle.
An 11-yard
that
run
is
by
Emmitt Smith,
They're going to have
12th
to
year
toughen
out of
up.
Florida.
This is going to be a long day for the defense.
I forget. I don't know if I've looked up when Emmitt Smith retired. I know Jerry Rice in this,
Johnson.
I guess in real life, I guess you would say. But in this game, it was like a year or two out from being done. I think. He was on the cover of Blitz 02, and he played for the Seahawks for some reason when they were in the NFC, so I think he was down. It was like his last couple of years. I think he retired in 04 maybe. Pass play left side. That's surprisingly a completion. I was a Tennessee Titans defender right in the way there.
About Keyshawn and how he talks, but what people overlook is the fact that he plays hard on every play and does whatever it takes to win.
Emmitt Smith retired in 2004. Interesting.
Their quarterback has to be the key. They have to throw the football to establish their running game.
Played for Arizona for a couple of years. Couple of years at Florida. Played for 12 years for Dallas, and then those last 2 for Arizona. Interesting. 15 seasons.
1st and 10. Weak eye, 3 wide for the offense.
Pretty cool that he only played for 2 teams, a couple of years. I forgot about the. It's interesting because who was it? Joe Montana. I think he played for Kansas City for a year or 2 after his dynastic run in San Francisco. And I don't think many people, I think if you asked the majority of people, they would say, oh, Joe Montana was a San Francisco 49er. And I think that a lot of those people would be surprised that he played for Kansas City. And it's interesting because you can forge an identity as the guy for one team, and still play a couple years here and there. Tom Brady's going to be the one that's he played for, Tom Brady and LeBron James, because they won titles with those respective teams. I don't think a lot of people remember that Michael Jordan played for the Wizards. Are people going to, it's very interesting. You kind of look at that and go oh, when did he retire? Okay, 2004. He played for multiple years in Arizona, but he didn't really accomplish a whole lot. The team didn't accomplish a whole lot. So it's a weird oh, that's right. Okay. I remember. I think he broke the all-time rushing record against Seattle. It was a big deal. Chad Brown coming up with the stop there. 3rd down and 9. High formation.
Johnson. looking to
Johnson
throw.
throws end zone and over the heads of everybody. I hate that camera angle. It is so hard to see what's going on. 4th down and 9. We have 20-year veteran Morton Anderson. He was kicking in the 70s at Michigan State. And he's up and good. Okay. It's a good thing that field goal was so close. Any further, not much further back, I should say. That kick's going wide left. Wide left. So the field goal puts Baltimore on top 3-0. The AFC Central, a stacked division at 6 teams. 31 teams back in the day. Imbalanced league. Houston would fix that, even everything out. 4 teams, 4 divisions.
Testaverde drops back.
Vinny Testaverde throws into triple coverage, finds the hands of somebody, but it doesn't matter because it hits the turf. Offensive line and the backs and receivers. Todd Heap, Jamal Lewis.
2nd and 10.
I believe it was Eric Molds. There was another guy I was going to point out, but it disappeared. 2nd down and 10. 23 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Testaverde with a play action pass. Frees up a receiver, even though it looks like the defenders have such a good shot to at least block the ball. And we saw that in the previous game of like this Philadelphia Eagles defenders kind of just in the path, make it a play, or the Arizona Cardinals defender, make it a play. These guys are just like, oh, the ball. Cool. All right. See you later. I'm getting a hot dog. Remember when Mark Sanchez ate a hot dog on the sideline and people were like upset about that? Do you remember that? Remember that Marshawn Lynch would just eat Skittles on the sideline and no one cared? I remember hearing about that and he was like, oh yeah, my stomach hurt and I wanted a hot dog. And I was like, perfectly fine. I am okay with all of this. And then I moved on with my life and everyone was like, and a lot of people's reports come, this is it's ridiculous. You're showing disrespect to your team. It's like, what? You're showing disrespect to your opponent.
At the 37-yard line.
What? They're playing the Raiders. The Raiders are terrible. His little Tum Tum Hurdy. He needed a hot dog.
Stop at the 48-yard line.
Chris,
that's what Mark Sanchez should be remembered for. Sucking down a hot dog on the sideline, not the butt fumble. Mark Sanchez, if you're watching, which I know you are, you watch every week, I'm sure. I remember you mainly as the cover athlete of NCAA Football 10 on the PlayStation Portable.
2nd down and 12 to go.
Is that the one he was on the cover for? He was on the cover. It was a weird one. It wasn't like the 360 or the PS3 version. It was definitely the PSP version. Doesn't matter. I'm going to choose to remember your greatest moment in NFL history, your NFL history, as eating a hot dog on the sideline. I remember you hiding it with your finger and like taking a bite of it. And I remember not caring at all that you did that. I wasn't offended. I didn't go like, wow, what a disrespectful thing.
Well, Chris, that probably
do you think YouTube is a beautiful place? Because if you accidentally, intentionally, if you watch 45 to 50 minutes of the 1961 NFL Championship original broadcast coverage, it'll just flood your recommendations with old football. It's like, oh, the 1982 New York Jets and New England Patriots. I'm like, oh, I should watch that. There's got to be footage of all that malarkey. That would be interesting to look at. Sports, like sports centers or like opinion talk shows.
Tackled by Stone.
For weird events, not like big mainstream stuff. We all know the garbage of some of it, but like weird stuff like that where it's like, what does that look like now? Because I'm sure it was dumb in 2011 or 9 or whatever year it was. Well, it could have been 09. 2011, 2012. I'm sure it was done back then, but like plus 10 years, gotta be worse. Gotta be even dumber. We saw an interception there by the Tennessee Titans. That throw was long by the quarterback. And again, This poor man.
Tackled by
He's
Sharp.
running 85 yards.
5-yard
He has,
reception
he
by
has
Lewis.
'That's
2
his
receptions
second catch of
for
the game.
8
Chris,
yards.
he clearly beat his defender on that play. They better
He's
off
got
to
48
recover
yards.
and give more help
He's
to his side of the field.
48 yards after the catch.
Testaverde.
Really? He
Nothing.
wasn't behind the line
Absolutely
again.
nothing.
Terrence,
A
man.
1-yard pass to Matthew. That's his first pass reception today.
Oh, it's just so funny. Third down and 4.
Testaverde.
Testaverde again behind the line of
1-yard
scrimmage.
reception by Schroeder.
Really nice stop by the Baltimore defense to make sure that Tennessee doesn't advance the ball all that far. You could run all you want in the backfield. That's cool. They're all right with that. But a really nice job there, responding after the interception. Sudden change.
Tackled by Stone.
So it'll be first down and 20. First down and 10 from the 20. 3-0 lead in the second with 2:22. Wow. A lot of twos on the board. There is a throw and a really nice defensive play there by Charlie Clemens. First pass defense of the game, and it was a really nice batted ball there. Second down and 10 from the 20.
Looks like play action.
Play action pass, another really nice batted ball there. John Mobley getting in on the fun. And twice now the Ravens have tried to go over the middle right at the sticks. And the Tennessee defense has done a great job of being in the way. It felt like a 50-50 pass, and it was incomplete. 4th and 10. So the punt is away, and then we'll get close to the 2-minute warning. For Tennessee, that's a good break for them, 2:01. So they'll get a bonus timeout as we take a look at the Baltimore defensive line. Wow, Pat Tillman, huh? Darren Sharper, Ty Law.
10 at the 48-yard line. Pro set, receiver in the slot for Tennessee. Nowhere to run. They lost a few yards on that.
Tennessee is making their players run so much in the backfield.
Going to try to run it back underneath and take advantage of up the field pressure.
For 3-yard loss, for between 3-yard losses and about 4-yard gains. Second down and 13 again in the flat. That's actually a really nice play. I mean, that's what Tennessee, I'm sure, is looking for with those kinds of plays. Those kinds of the catch and yak, right? Yak it up. Get yards after the catch, yards after contact. Set up a 3rd down and 1. Ooh, bounce it outside. Just got enough. I thought that him bouncing it... Oh, no. I thought that him bouncing it out all the way was actually a mistake. I wanted to see him cut it up the middle, or cut it up the field a little bit sooner. But he's a professional running back, and I'm a commentator 20 years later. So, there you go. Second down and 10. Baltimore leads 3-0 here.
Wrong play.
Timeout, Titan. They have 2 remaining.
Maybe we pitch that play. Maybe we take that play and we rip that sheet out of the book, crumple it up, throw it. Just a little basketball shot into the garbage can. Or maybe give the tablet to Tom Brady and let him just absolutely destroy it.
Quarterback looks to pass.
Floats a pass over the middle, finds a really nice contested reception there inside the 5. And Tennessee is knocking on the door inside a minute to go. And you know what? Since I'm all for Mark Sanchez eating hot dogs on the sideline, I'd also like to come out in the positive for Tom Brady being irritated and destroying a Surface tablet. Totally okay with that. Would have actually, and I know I've made fun of Tennessee for doing this all game long. I understand that. Would have loved to see him actually just throw to the flat. It looked like it was a one-on-one toward the top there. Just get him to block enough, and you can find maybe enough room to get into the end zone. I'm going to go with a pass interference on the defense.
Pass interference on number 56, defense.
Can I point the right way? It's an angle.
Accepted. First down.
This one.
Made a nice effort on the play, but Tommy used his hands more than he's allowed to.
Nice effort. He molested the receiver on that play.
It's weird that it doesn't.
First and goal.
It's
at
weird
the
that it does not cut away from the official until Tom Jackson or Keith Berman, Chris Berman have finished their sentences. Play action to nobody, into the end zone, caught for the touchdown. Really nice play there.
That's what you're trying to
That terrific play action really fooled him. There was no one in the backfield. He's going to hand off to that ghost.
The extra point attempt.
That'd be me if I were on that. Oh, look out! Casper's going to get it. Brian Longwell with the extra point. That's up and good. Tennessee takes the lead 7-3. Fifth-year pro from California.
Here's the kick.
From inside the 5. And he's not even going to get up to the 20-yard line. Terrific coverage there.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
He probably pronounces that last name really cool. Because it has that, like, French EUX. Throws left side. Finds a leaping receiver. High pointed that ball very nicely and comes down with the catch. Baltimore, just no concern for how much time is on the clock. This game, no concern for how much time is on the clock. Going to go quickly again. Johnson over the middle finds a receiver. That time they take a timeout. First down and 10 out towards midfield. Maybe this is what Baltimore needs.
Ravens send a man in motion.
They're an inside 30-second team. Oh, they're going for the big bomb already. Johnson down the field. Go off the hands. I heard the thunk and I thought it might have been caught. If it was going to be caught, it would have been an interception. They're going to have one more shot at this big play. If they run, that's exactly what they're doing. They're running that receiver from left to right. Now he'll run from the left to the right. Tennessee didn't get fooled that time. And it is a sack. A sack to end the half. An anticlimactic ending. Fairly even on the scoreboard, or yardage-wise at least. Some negatives there for Tennessee. You might want to address that in during halftime. But it is 7-3 here. Game number 2 of 4. Remember, this is random rosters here on youtube.com/Shamasaurus every Tuesday. You get a delightful 3 hours of football content. Sometimes 4, if we're playing Madden. Throw over the middle of the field. It's a nice catch right there. John Jones.
Second and 4.
It's a fun name to say, John Jones.
The D shows a 4-3. Smith with the ball.
Smith with some moves there. And he injured something.
Smith appears to be hurt.
Appears to be injured on that wrist or hand. Third down and 2. Next game up should be NFL Fever 2004. Of course, I said that for most of last season during Madden NFL 2004, and then I found this, so who knows? Maybe we go even further back. Would you like to watch football from 1997?
4-yard line. Go back to the strong side for the Ravens.
I have not looked at some of those really old football games. No, I have. I think I bought
out for 1 to 3 weeks.
Madden 98 or something like that. Maybe I went as far back as 2000. I have. I picked it up recently for a different thing that I was going to do. I do have an NFL quarterback club. The problem is it's on 64, which means I would have to buy a memory card.
sitting in the
I create a lot of my own problems by buying the dumbest version of whatever I'm buying. I'm going to guess that it doesn't have what I'm looking for. Stop it. Stop throwing 9 yards back in the backfield. Of course, Quarterback Club was only on 64 for a few years. Did eventually make the jump to the Dreamcast, which is not an easy thing to find. So you're stuck with 2 of the... And granted, I only watch, one retro game guy, DS Koopa, twitch.tv/DS Koopa. But it does seem like the systems that are routinely the hardest to come by are Dreamcast and 64. GameCube is up there as well. GameCube actually might be the hardest for the stuff, the most expensive routinely, but Quarterback Club is just one of those games locked on a console. Thankfully, locked on a console that's hard to find stuff for, but thankfully it's a sports game, which means that it's cheaper and easier to come by. I'm not over here trying to buy Mario Party for $130. Ty Law on the back end there. 3rd down and 10 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. 7-3 Tennessee leads. Testaverde finds the waiting hand of a defender.
Chris, it's frustrating to a lineman when you give the quarterback plenty of time and then he goes and throws the ball into coverage.
Punts the ball away from the 25. Tries to run to his left. Can't find a whole lot of room.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. The Ravens send a man in motion. Johnson drops back.
Throws left side. Oh, that is just terrific defense on the backside. That is absolutely fantastic. Taking advantage of the pretty poor or consistently poor decisions that both of these teams are making to throw to receivers and backs in the backfield for significant losses. That man slipped on a banana peel.
By Clemens. He's now made 6 tackles in this game.
He didn't even really make much of a move. He just hit an ice patch and just, whoa! But that defender on the previous play read it excellently, drove to the ball. Terrific open field tackle. That's good defense. Johnson throws over the middle into a lot of defenders and somehow finds a completion. Wow. Up to the, they'll call it the 46-yard line. And there's another nice play in the backfield. I'm guessing that's going to be a loss of a couple. Great job getting off the block, fighting to get to that ball.
2nd down and 13 to go.
2nd down and 13. Both of these teams really enjoy, I guess it would be like a West Coast offense sort of thing. Just a lot of throws behind the line of scrimmage. It's a little infuriating to watch.
3rd down and 12 for the first. Double tight end, shotgun set for the O. Johnson
throws a little floater over the middle, and that finds a receiver. Surprising that is a result of that play with how well the defense is driven on the ball. Tried to break up those passes. For them to let such a floater in is very surprising. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. 1st down and 10 for the Ravens. They throw to the right side, find another completion down near the 25-yard line. And that'll be a 1st and 10. You hear Chris Berman behind, or under me, saying that he's a perfect 5 for 5 on this drive.
Johnson
throws right side. I thought that was going to be an interception. That was such an excellent read on that. You can see the passing short left -2. It's just so funny. 2nd down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Going right side, and then he bounced it back to the middle where it was clogged and cluttered. No gain or short gain on that. They'll give him 1. They'll give him 1, but that was really like a 1/3 of a yard. That was nice of the officials to give them a 3rd and 9. Throws to the left side, and he finds a receiver even though there were two Titans in the area. That should complete the third quarter. And it'll be first and goal from the 4. Baltimore down 4, but on the 4. 7-3 Titans.
First and goal at the 4-yard line. The D shows a 4-3. Johnson looking to
Throws to
throw.
that right side. Intercepted. How did he miss that receiver? The receiver looked like he was in such good position. We don't have a great angle on it, but I am surprised that was an interception and not a touchdown. What an absolute disaster for the Baltimore Ravens.
Tackled at the 27-yard
That is, what a turn. It looked like Baltimore was going to score and take the lead late in this one, but instead Tennessee with an excellent defensive play. Capitalizing on a bad throw? Question mark.
Second and 3 at the 27-yard line. Handoff, no, it's a pass.
Handoff to nobody. Casper didn't get the memo.
Eric Moles is so fast that he's almost impossible.
Eric Moles
to cover.
was
You blink and he's
making
into
a
the
nice,
end
or
zone
made a
for
nice
6.
reception on that play. First down and 10 out near midfield. Big gain. The Titans are going to do what we saw the winners of the last game, Philadelphia
First
Eagles,
down
do with the
and 10
early
to go.
stages of this fourth quarter, really start running the clock down.
Handoff to Lewis.
Lewis falls forward for a couple up near the 49-yard line.
Second down and 8 to go. Lewis. with the
Second and
ball.
8, looking for Lewis. He'll get into Baltimore Ravens territory, but just barely. It's a gain of 2 and sets up a third down and 6. This drive is being effective in milking that clock. Down to 3 minutes to go here in quarter number 4.
They're down and 6 for the first. They'll run the play out of the pro set. Looks like play
Goes with the play action. Pass to the fullback. Finds a really nice completion on the right side. They'll probably call that over the middle. Either way, unfortunately for the Baltimore defense, Ty Law
They'll have to play differently
is
if this injury proves to
injured.
be serious. It will be a real blow to their game plan.
That is a huge third down conversion and a just devastating third down conversion. What a win and loss. The Baltimore Ravens are, trying to give themselves an opportunity, and the Titans come through in the clutch. It's just football at its finest. You love it. Lewis hit hard.
With a guy like Eric
No
Allen,
gain, maybe a gain of
he's
1.
player.
Eric Allen comes in. Third tackle of the day. They'll give him a loss of 1 as we hit the 2-minute warning. Tennessee, broken ankle.
The report from the locker room is a broken ankle by Law. He's out for 1 to 3 weeks.
Wow, only 1 to 3 weeks. Oh, okay.
The Titans say
Never mind.
the
Do they understand how long it takes broken ankles to heal? And by they, I mean the creators of this game.
Takes it outside. He passes
Oh, wow. What a terrific run.
Lewis.
Absolutely fantastic
Jamal
run
Lewis
up the
had an
right side.
outstanding rookie season,
This
rushing
Baltimore
for more than
defense is
1,300
worn
yards.
down. They're giving up large chunks of yards. And all we have to hope is that Tennessee doesn't get to that 30-second mark and just take a knee. They're not going to try and get the first down. Then Baltimore's going to call a bunch of timeouts. Maybe put themselves in position to go for that game-tying touchdown should Tennessee attempt and make
for the Ravens.
a field goal.
Lewis with the ball.
Lewis, big run. Was going to go for the spin move, but nothing there. Up to 22 yards, and I would say most of it on that one previous carry. Though actually, I think we saw the same thing with the Philadelphia Eagles back as well. He was at like -4 yards early in this game, up to 22. All those yards coming most likely on those last 2 carries. 2nd down and 1.
2nd and 1.
I think they're going to go with the knee down here. No, they're going to go with a pitch left side. Did not get blocked correctly at all on the outside. Maybe the better phrase would be to say that the defender did an excellent job to get through that block and get to the running back. Big 7-yard loss there. There they will just go ahead and take a knee. And now they will go for the field goal. So Longwell will come out to make this a 7-point game. Now it's going to get kind of interesting here. The kick is up, and the kick is good. I thought that was going to start to pull left. Kind of started left a little bit, but let me give you a diagram with my hand here. Thought I was going to go this way, all right? Oh, it's a fumble! Oh, they picked it up. I don't know how they picked it up, but they did. Forced fumble with 2 passes defense, 7 tackles for Clemens. He is your game MVP. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Ravens from the 21-yard line. Johnson, float pass. Missed his man.
Let's go inside the number.
Short left.
The game so far?
The offense
-2.
shy, airing out the ball.
Johnson with a big pass off the hands of the defender. Well read on the back end there to get up and deflect that ball. 3rd down and 10, 25 seconds to go. I believe Baltimore has 1 timeout in their back pocket.
Johnson dropped back
and could not pick up the 1st down there. I kind of like that play. Ideally, I think you want to try and stretch it down the field as much as possible. I like kind of just the idea of like, hey, we're going to just run this short, get to the sticks, and we'll try and convert and at least give ourselves a 1st down to work with. Johnson 0 for 4 on that previous drive. And I believe if you include that interception would be 0 for 5 with a pick on his final throws in this game. It's going to lead to a 10-3 Baltimore defeat. Saved it. They need Testaverde, 3 carries on for -6 yards. And that will do it for today's game. Well, second game of today's coverage. Don't worry, we got plenty more coming your way. We're heading off to Green Bay for a battle for the division lead. Oh, is there a replay in this game? Whatever. Battle for the NFC Central Division lead. 2 3-1 teams. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Green Bay Packers. Now we can go up here, and we can see that the Saints won. So we will take a look at the 49ers taking on the Carolina Panthers later on today. Unfortunately, no defeatist bowl later on this afternoon. A bit of an unfortunate situation. I was actually looking forward to 2 winless teams fighting it out. Vikings a pretty bad loss, if I'm being honest. Let's go ahead and overwrite season_001. 983 kilobytes. This is like I forget how big this memory card is. I think it's 256 megabytes, but it's divided into 2 sections. All right. Packers taking on the Bucks. Then we'll be in San Francisco. So watch this one. Simulate all of that. Some poor team got blanked. And we are ready for an NFC Central Division battle. Last time that these 2 teams would face, or last year, I guess. Last time they'll face as division rivals in Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers would move on to the newly formed
Tampa, Florida. It's an NFL
NFC South. Green Bay would be in the NFC
Good
North
evening,
with the
everyone.
traditional
I'm Chris Berman,
4
here with
teams
Tom Jackson.
that apparently wanted Tampa
Tom,
Bay to
what
get
do
kicked
these two
out.
teams bring to the table today?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to
I haven't
this
watched the
game
YouTube
leading
video,
the
but
NFC Central,
sounds like it
having
could be kind of
won
interesting.
3 games in a row. Meanwhile, Green Bay Packers enter the game in second place of their division. Defensively, they are the best.
I
in
did
the
not
NFL
realize
stopping
Tampa
the
Bay was
run
undefeated.
and 22nd when it comes to defending the pass.
Thanks, Tom.
So we have a 3-1 taking on a 3-0. Green Bay grabs the division lead with the win. Tampa Bay takes the division lead with the win.
They're all pumped up. And this
All
should be an
right,
excellent
here we
game.
go. Tackled at the 23-yard line. Buccaneers rocking their
First and 10.
red jerseys today, which looks pretty nice. I don't love the Bucs' current jerseys. I like the creamsicles a lot. They don't have really like any sort of nostalgia for me. I just enjoy the color combination. I like the helmet a lot more. I like that logo. Kind of a sucker for the Pat the Patriot logo as well.
5 to go.
I actually really like, I think I've talked about it before, but I really like the New England Patriots original, the Boston Patriots original
1-yard run by
logo.
Prentice.
It's just a hat with a number
Down
on
and 5 for the first.
it. And I love it. I think it's fantastic. I definitely have talked about it before because I think I was going to get a mini helmet like for my mom for, I was thinking about it for Christmas and I was like, does my mom really need a mini football helmet? She could put it on one of the cats. She could definitely do that. Could probably get it on Nora, and it'd be probably pretty cute. Louise might turn into a murderer. By turn into, I mean, I guess, continual to gradual. Anyway, I didn't end up buying it. I regret it to this day. I wonder if that store is still there. If the store is still there, I should go back and buy it. Even if it's just for myself. I don't love the Patriots, really. But I freaking
First down and 10 to
love.
go.
I love that logo. It was the only year they wore it was 1960, when they immediately introduced the Pat the Patriot,
Handoff to number 20.
and then they kept that for a number of years.
Brought down by
Tried
hand.
to
4-yard run by number 20.
tried to bring in like a new logo, new mascot. It got booed off the field. Huge fan of that story. And then in '93 they just said, "Hey, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna do it anyway."
16.
Brooks. Quick drop.
Brooks throws and
That defender
finds
had no intention
an
of
incompletion.
throwing the ball. He
Rob
wanted to
Fredrickson,
punish the receiver.
one pass defended. Did the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ever win? No, they had to. Well,
Brooks. Looks downfield.
they would have won the. No, that would have been the South, right? Did Tampa Bay Buccaneers ever win the NFC Central?
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Down 90. Down 90.
Oh no, that's not good. Tampa Bay Buccaneers first round pick carted off the field. No,
Caught by
you
Gunn.
never want to see
The
that.
defense is going to look back and see
Guys
if
finally
he will
getting to
throw an
like
opportunity.
live their literal dreams, and then it's like, oh, here's a terrible injury. Tampa Bay Buccaneers wiki.
First and 10.
Don't know why this is so hard. That's literally the only thing I want. Hugh Culverhouse.
Pitch to number 20.
So the NFC South in 2002, so they would have won it there.
They lost
Fight
a
song,
few
Hey
yards on
Hey
that
Tampa
play.
Bay.
A little more determination,
Mascot, Captain
who
Fear.
knows?
That's great.
That may have been
Tampa
boosted
Bay,
for a
terrific
big run.
mascot.
Down 28. Down 28.
Okay, so they won 8 division. They have won 8 division titles. 2 conference championships, 2002 and 2020.
6-yard run
The
by
division
number 20.
championships they won in the NFC Central. 1979, 1981, and 1999.
23-yard line.
Which is a little surprising considering how good.
Brooks. Quick drop. Stop by number 55.
Oh, Green Bay went 8-8.
Success early on
So did
only helps
Detroit.
to build
Minnesota was
quarterback
10-6. The
confidence.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers
Even a
11-5.
2-yard dump off for a
In
5-yard
'99,
gain
interesting.
can help get things going.
Seattle won the AFC West that year. 1981, Green Bay was terrible.
That's
I
his
mean,
first
absolutely
field goal
terrible.
today.
Just kidding. They were 8-8 that year. Very weird. They won with a record of 9-7. And then in 1979, Green Bay very bad that year.
Stopped by Nickerson.
Green Bay 5-11. That makes a little more
First and
sense.
10 at the 21-yard line.
They beat out Chicago. They each were 10-6, but Tampa Bay had a better division record
It's caught.
and conference record, though it looks like they played 14 conference games to Chicago's 12,
2nd and 5.
which is kind of wild.
Gerback.
San Francisco 49ers that year in 1981 went 2-14.
There's a penalty on the play.
Defensive pass interference on number 24, defense.
And the Cardinals were not in the
You know what?
NFC
That was
West.
a good call.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a
because
tough
they were in
call to
the
make.
East. Never
But
mind.
a veteran
And the
ref
team that would be
all
missing
the
would have been
tricks
that. Okay.
that players
So they were
have
the
up
St.
their
Louis
sleeve.
Cardinals back there.
1st and 10.
God, the NFL is weird. Really weird. Anyway. All right, there we go. We did. They won 3 times
Ball to Prentice.
in the NFC Central, but it was pretty
Tackle by
rare.
Wynn. 2nd and 2.
And thanks to and one of them came down to tiebreakers too, which is kind of wild. All right, Green Bay scored a field goal while I was researching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They lead 3-0. So we approach 1 minute to go in quarter number
That's the
1.
first down.
Nice run off the right
A
side.
9-yard run for the first down. First down and 10 to go.
All right.
He gives the ball to
Well, a
Prentice.
handoff. Is it Peyton Manning in the backfield, by the way? I have
Rolled
not
down
been
by
listening.
Schultz. A
I like to be
1-yard run
educational
by
during
Prentice.
these videos.
2nd and 9.
And this is
at
like
the 50-yard
basically why I
line.
didn't.
Fullback
When I
is
discovered
onside with
Wikipedia in
one
high
wide
school,
for
like
the
I
offense.
just did not. I was already not doing a whole lot in high school, and then it like went way downhill.
He gets the
I can
first
just
down.
research stuff about like whatever, and I'm not gonna run into the
Gets the
blocks,
first down.
the
Great
blocked
use of
websites
blockers
at
on
school.
that play.
Cool.
Chris, they have to like what they're seeing in their running game in the first half.
And has been a very effective running game there, Tom Jackson.
The pitch out by Gerback.
Gerback, Elvis
Brought
Gerback,
down at the
which I think they say is
28-yard line.
Garbach
An
in other
8-yard
games.
run
I'm
by
not.
Prentice.
I don't know.
Score at the end of the first quarter.
I think he was towards the end of his
Panthers
career.
3,
The end of his
Buccaneers
career, anyway. I
nothing.
don't remember seeing him outside of like.
2nd and
Did we
1.
see him in 03? I don't remember him in 04. He played for Green Bay in one of the years that we did this.
Prentice with the
Second
ball.
down and 1. Green Bay, I
Brought
think, is going to
down
hold
by
him there to stuff him at the line. Actually, they showed the Tampa Bay guy. Oh, no, it's 3rd and short. It was also not 3rd down at
inches
that time.
at the
It's a really
27-yard
nice job by
line.
Green Bay. They kind of just got those hit boxes in the right spot, and he couldn't find a way through them.
QB
Finally got a guy through for the tackle,
Pile driven by Eaton.
and just crushed by Eaton. 3 yards, 1 carry. An absolute Joker
First and
photo
10
there for him.
At the 23-yard line.
Not a great. His chin's like really sticking out.
Running play.
I shouldn't make fun of it.
A
Lord knows
1-yard
I'm not
run by
photogenic.
Smith. Second and 8. Strong eye, receiver in the slot for the Buccaneers.
So 2nd down and 8. An excellent drive here by Tampa Bay, looking to respond to the Green Bay field goal. Trying to find some room off the left side, but nothing. A bunch of fallen Packers dropping their cheese everywhere. Cheese. It's
They're down in 7 for the first.
training camp opening weekend this weekend.
The Buccaneers send
Only the
a
second most exciting opening weekend this month compared to Barbenheimer.
looks to pass.
And left over everybody and just hit a receiver streaking. There was a guy that he would have caught it if he was paying attention, but just locked in, hit him in the shoulder.
Field goal unit comes on the field.
It's going to be a pretty long field goal here for Tampa Bay, but it's up and it is good. Apparently 15 minutes left in the quarter.
That's his first field goal today.
Wait, does Tampa Bay not have their...
Line up for the kickoff.
We in a weird Tampa Bay stadium now that I'm paying attention? Can we look at an instant replay? Where's the boat? They're in a weird stadium.
Brought down by Frederickson. First and 10.
Resume options volume. So first and 10 for Brooks and the Pack. 3:29 to go here in the second quarter. Knotted up at 3.
Brooks looks down.
Pretty deep pass and a throw down the right side off the hands of... But it looked like the defender got into a really good position there to break up that pass. Happy Ninja Turtles release week, everybody. Coming out tomorrow. Not an ad. I'm just very excited about it.
Second and 10.
I got to keep my Twitter account active just long enough to see if I can win those controllers Xbox is giving away. Go into that if you haven't already. They're giving away pizza scented Xbox controllers.
Draw play.
Draw play. I believe you get like a pack of 4 of them. One for each character, which is very cool. Very, very excited for Mutant Mayhem. Regal has the cool
You know, Chris, the
popcorn
D
tin.
was just not ready for
AMC
that.
has an icy that I'm excited to try. And I genuinely, at this point, I'm like, I don't know what theater to go to. I'm like, I am between both of them.
The Packers send a man in motion.
I will be between both of them pretty evenly. And I'm like, I just don't know.
By number 22.
I don't know.
You know, Chris, as the game moves
Do I
along, think
dare
each
just
team
go?
is getting a good feel for
I
what
want to go to
other
the
is
Dolby.
trying
I like
to
the
do.
Dolby Theater. Do I just stop at the Regal and pick up a popcorn tin? Like an absolute madman?
Pass play.
Brooks throws left side. Into a couple of defenders. It always seems like there are so many defensive players around by the time the guy gets tackled. Like, no one on the offense is anywhere near. As soon as he caught the ball, they all ran the opposite way to not block at all. And then there's just 5 red shirts hanging out.
At the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning. It is 3-3. Green Bay in Tampa Bay territory. Battle of the Bays. I feel like when I was a kid, because we'd always have Seahawks games on in our area, because I live in the Pacific Northwest. Not a complaint, just a notation. I felt like it was always like a special event that Green Bay would play Tampa Bay. It's like, oh man, the Battle of the Bays. They played twice a year, every year until I was like 12. They played. They played so much football against each other.
A 1-yard run by number 20.
I specifically picked this game because they were like really good teams playing each other, and I've spent most of it looking at Wikipedia. And now talking about the
Send a man in motion. Quarterback drops back. Caught by number 20.
new Ninja Turtles movie. Seems like it's reviewing well, which is good.
A 13-yard pass to number 20. That's his second.
I want to see things be exciting and cool. Anyway, 3-3. Aaron Brooks with a nice completion there. A little bit of a high pass. Looked like kind of one of those passes. That seems to be where the interceptions are the most common, is where it's just a little too far for the receiver, and there's a defensive player just in the kind of the right position. And that was a throw that was like kind of one of those where the receiver either went up for the high ball or whatever, and just that's a good example. It's just not as accurate as it needs to be, and then Sales, I thought that might get picked off in the back of the end zone, but it did not. Packers running up against the clock here. We've already seen them fail to get on the field for a field goal attempt early this season, but it doesn't matter this time around as they score the touchdown. Aaron Brooks into the end zone for 6. He's going to look and see.
Bang, touchdown.
It's like an entire section.
It's good. That's his first extra point today. Here's the kick. down by number 50. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Rivals?
Weak eye, 2 tight ends for Tampa Bay. Gerback, quick drop.
Timeout, Packers. They have 2 remaining.
The pitch out by Gerback. Brought down by Smith.
Oh, come on. Rivalries. Chicago, Dallas, New York, San Francisco, Seattle. What the heck?
Gerback looking to throw. Knocked down, incomplete.
They really don't have?
That's his first
That is
pass
weird.
defended today.
Rod Smith has the speed to get behind defenders and make the big play.
It's like, it's so hard to find.
Breaks the tackle.
Green Bay has a 9-game edge in the all-time series with Tampa Bay.
Brooks looks downfield. 5-yard reception by Hatchett.
Green Bay's overall edge is 31, 20, and 1.
Caught by Dunn.
Timeout, Packers. They have none remaining.
The Packers send a man in motion. Brooks looking to throw. The throw out of bounds.
Weird. It's even hard to find like that answer. Kick is up and the kick is good. Boy, I'm really missing a good game over here, huh?
Field goal of the game.
It's like a field goal of the game, and just like that, Green Bay up by 10. I blinked and stared at a computer monitor for a minute.
The kickoff.
Green Bay's doing really well, and I'm not watching.
Quarterback will take a knee.
Oh, nice job saving him a second there. Looks like they're just going to take a knee, unfortunately, for the Buccaneers. It was a really good decision, though, to get up the field. Hey, there's 1 tick left. Maybe wing it and see what happens if you get a pass interference, maybe get a free 3, something. I don't know. Green Bay dominating so far, 151 to 45 yards, and up by 10 on the scoreboard. And they are getting the ball back to start the half.
We're underway.
These teams are happy that
It was interesting looking at that kind of rivalry breakdown.
During the beginning of the second half.
The strike-shortened season in '86 wiped out both
At the 20-yard line.
Green Bay, Tampa Bay games. And then there was a week that got canceled the following year in 1987 that would have featured Green Bay playing Tampa Bay. So they had 3 games just wiped.
Brooks, quick drop.
Brooks throwing, taking a page out of the
A 2-yard pass by Brooks.
Tennessee Titans and Baltimore Ravens playbook there. Throw it 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage and see what happens. It's a pickup of 3. A little bit of cheese on the field. Tampa Bay fell down. Brooks, deep drop, sacked on the play. That's a big loss right there. Really nice defensive play coming off the edge there. Looked like he was just unblocked. And that'll be an 8-yard loss, a 3rd and 15. Brooks will take the snap from the shotgun at the 10-yard line. And he'll just stop and throw. It's a really bad jump pass. I don't know why. They're trying to, high point the ball, but they're always so early. And the throw is always 5 yards off of where they're trying to get where they're trying to high point the ball. It's like when you feel like you're looking at something, you're like, oh, I'm really close. And then you would look at it from a different angle and go, oh, you're not anywhere near it at all. I don't know what you're thinking. They all think that they're going to catch it, and they're just not anywhere near it.
The pitch to the back.
Pitch to the left side. It's a nice play call by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Throw it to the left side, see if you can pick up some yards. They're already in Green Bay territory. So they are winning that field position battle. They are taking a page out of the Tennessee or no, the Philadelphia Eagles playbook. That was a really nice defensive play. Just could not come up with the pick. And that's kind of the danger of that. You get those corners and safeties kind of creeping up, jamming your guys at the line of scrimmage. Maybe that's what you want and pull a double move and try to get past him, but that's deflected and incomplete. It's a really nice job. I like the first play by Tampa Bay. Pitch it left, run it left, see if you can get something on the outside. It looked like you were going to try and flood it right and then go left, right? Second play, not a huge fan of, and that forced an obvious passing situation, which made it pretty easy for Green Bay. Which is what I hope pitchers do to me when I'm like, it's a 3-2 count. I'm like, just throw it so far wide that I don't even have to. I swung. It was 8 feet outside the strike zone, and I frickin' swung. Baseball, later tonight. Catch it out. Check it out. Playing Boston, I believe, this evening.
Causes that pass to be dropped. Wow.
Man, he was crushed.
Minute and a half gone here in the third quarter. Not a whole lot going for either offense. Green Bay looked like they were going to get off to at least a positive start and then took a big loss on that second down sack. Nothing doing on the third down, so they punted it where Tampa Bay did nothing with it. So Tampa Bay punted it, and now Green Bay has a 3rd and 9 after 1 yard, a 1 yard gain on the previous 2 plays. 3rd down and 9, drops back, throws right side, and it was a reaching attempt, but just a little too far for the receiver to get to. 4th down and 9. It did kind of look like that receiver stopped for just like half a second. And the timing maybe thrown off a little bit. Aaron Brooks, a little too much muscle in that arm, ripping it down the field. So Tampa Bay will get the ball again. Green Bay's defense can't keep doing this.
1st and 10.
Very short fields here, not a lot of margin for error. Gerback throws into the flat a little bit. Nice tackle. Miami of Ohio.
That's his 2nd catch of the game.
Redis comes up with a couple extra yards there. Looks like he fell forward on it. Gerback throws right side into the back of a defender. Number 51 looked like he might get credit for a pass defense right there.
The Buccaneers send a man in.
I'd love for him to go look at the stat sheet and go, when did I get a pass defense? Oh, remember when Gerback threw it into your spine? Yeah, they counted that. Shoestring tackle down inside the 15-yard line, and it is 1st and 10. That was such a good opportunity for Green Bay to get off that field again, and it looked like the defense was in pretty good position. A missed shot at an interception, a tackle that kind of slipped out of the way. And the Bucs are in business. Float pass over the middle, finds the receiver right at the sticks. Depending on which ball he had which arm he had the ball in. Actually going to give it to him 1st and goal at the 4. My goodness. Going with a run right up the middle. Nothing doing until he gets thrown forward for a gain of 2. 2nd and goal right at that 1 yard line. Going with a fullback untouched for 6.
The running back should give that ball to
Tampa Bay getting into a little bit of a rhythm offensively. They're going to go for this extra point here, make it 13-10. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
Switches gears.
So from inside his own end zone, he's going to bring it out. Chad Cota going to get the tackle. It's such a bad thing to run it out like that. Green Bay's offense needs to get into a bit of a rhythm here. Take some time off this clock. Make some nice plays. That's a nice play. Spin move was a little bit early, but it's still a nice grab and gets them a little bit more field position. You're losing that field position battle. You're putting yourself in a bad spot. Only going to get out to the 15-yard line. Those linemen blocking all the way through the play. First down and 10. Out past the 35 at the 37. Brooks drops back, throws a little bit of a screenplay, all kinds of clearance for him to work with, and he'll get up to midfield. It's a really nice play there. We've seen some of the screens not work all that well, and they don't work for a couple of different reasons. The blocking doesn't get out well enough. It's kind of just a muddled situation in the first place. Or the quarterback holds onto the ball a little bit too long and then rifles it too far forward. And then the running back is 5 yards to the left to where the defender or the blockers are. And it's just a bit of a mess. That was a good looking screen. Probably more toward that second example of having to back out a little too far, but still a positive play. Rod Smith with a nice reception there. Second down and 2.
At the 22-yard line.
Brooks going with a little bit of a play action over the middle. Finds a receiver who gets clotheslined. Mac Strong. I said Mark Strong earlier. It was Mac Strong. Strong like a Mack truck.
10 to go.
They probably use that joke all the time. Like, oh, he's like a Mack truck in there. Max Strong sitting there reading the paper going,
the pitch to the back.
Pitch to the backfield, or to the back there in the backfield, does nothing. Second down and 10, so I guess it's no gain.
Pass play.
Brooks throws and finds a receiver right around the 10-yard line. He'll get spun down, and that will get us to the end of quarter number 3. Green Bay leading a tight one here, 13-10. Might have to check out this rematch later on in the season if these teams continue in their current direction, playing well.
3rd and 5 at the 7-yard line.
Typically tend to feature both Bears-Packers matchups. A couple of years I have skipped it, or a couple of times. Hurst had the first down, ran back, and then still somehow managed to get it. They're going to set up for a first and goal. 17 yards on 8 carries. First and goal from the 2. That's the 2. That is clearly the 2. And with a play action pass, it's a nice throw to like the flat receiver, and Hurst pays it off for 6. Back-to-back touchdown drives here. That touchdown did a great job to get this Packers offense motivated. Their best drive of the second half by far.
Point attempt by Hansen.
Go Cougs! I think? No. Are you going to Washington State? Maybe we'll get the...
That'll be 2 extra points today.
The kicker was like, he was in the pros for years. And so you go to a Cougars game, which I get to go to in September, playing Wisconsin. Let's go. You get like the program, and it was like Cougs in the pros, and it was always him. It was always the kicker. It's like, all right. Ryan Leaf was your next best bet, and that didn't work out very well, did it? Rose left. I'm sure Drew Bledsoe had a very large portion as well. We learned, maybe it was on this, or maybe just in my own research, but I didn't realize that Drew Bledsoe had one of the, at the time, like one of the, or maybe even the richest contract in the NFL, which is kind of wild. Because everyone just thinks of him as like, oh, the guy that was before Tom Brady. People go, who was before Tom Brady? That was the one guy that wore, who was it? Was it Drew? No. It was Eric. Was it Eric Bledsoe? That wore the Drew Bledsoe jersey in one of the NBA playoff games, and they got Drew Bledsoe up there during like a post-game interview during an NBA playoff game. He's just like, I like that people remember that there was football before Tom Brady. It's just, man.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line. Throw set 3 wide for Green Bay. The pitch to Strong.
So going left side, Strong tries to find some room, but nothing doing out there. Sam Coward, 5th tackle on the day. A couple of QB knocks as well.
Don't see that changing anytime soon.
2nd down and 11. Green Bay leads by 10 with 3.5 to go. You see them milking the clock here.
2nd and 11. The Packers.
I really wish that Boston would had come back from 3-0 down. That would have been so freaking cool. Because I thought whoever won the Eastern Conference, because that game went, or that series went so long, I was like, oh, Denver's just gonna win. They've rested for like a week and a half. They're gonna throw it to Jokic and just that's it. What's their game plan? They throw it to Jokic and then watch him just lay it up all day. Under 3 to go here in the 4th quarter.
First down with under 3 minutes to go.
1st down and 10, Aaron Brooks. Yeah.
It's a run.
There's a run right up the middle. Hurst getting going here at the best possible time. 10 carries, 40 yards, a long of 11. That might have been the long right there. That's it. I mean, this is what we saw Baltimore doing as well. Their running back did not have a whole lot going on, and then right at the end of the game, coming through nicely. Or was it Philadelphia? One of the teams. Tennessee, maybe? I forget, and that was like an hour ago. Like an hour and a half ago. So we had the 2-minute warning with a 10-point lead for Green Bay, 20-10. Brooks with a really nice delayed handoff there. Mac Strong can't really get anything going. Norman Hand, his 3rd tackle of the day, forces a 1-yard loss, and it's 2nd and 11. Clock winds.
Second down and 11 to go. Looks like play action.
Play action pass, throwing left side, almost intercepted. That's why you don't throw the ball in these kinds of situations. You want to just get the heck out of here with a victory on the road. Tie up that division lead, or maybe just take it outright, because it's a little uneven at the moment because of all the bye weeks that have to happen. That is a really nice catch.
A 20-yard
throw right where it needed to be somehow.
Sometimes you've got to gamble and give your receiver the opportunity.
Boy, that lighting that was there kind of just disappeared. $60 seconds to go. Now, the thing I don't want to see is Green Bay to just come out here and kneel it. Because Tampa Bay still, I guess, has a shot. It's one of the things where I look at it, I'm like, the clock management, actually, overall, I would say pretty good. Until it's not, and then it's just utterly baffling. Going with a pitch, right side. Hurst picks up a couple, and Tampa Bay is going to use their timeouts way too late. And I think this might be the weirdest thing about it. They run a play on 1st down, an actual play. Get whatever they get. I don't think they got anything on that one. And then they just do 2 QB kneels, not recognizing that the other team is kicking or using timeouts. It's so odd. 8 points for Hansen on the day. The kick is up. It is no good. It was just short. I actually couldn't tell. I lost it. It really reminds me of some of those old NFL quarterback club games where the ball felt like it was just so tiny. And then the field goals were just gargantuan.
That's his 3rd pass defended this game.
Ashley Ambrose with a nice defensive play there. 14 seconds to go here. Green Bay locking up a victory in Tampa Bay. They're 4th of the season.
Gerback looks downfield. Incomplete pass.
Aaron Brooks, your player of the game. 244 yards with 2 touchdowns.
The best of the best, that's something special.
Gerback looks downfield.
Gerback throws left side, one armed grab there. And that celebration will cost him an opportunity to put any more points on the board. We'll take a look at the replay.
First and 10.
And that will do it. Green Bay wins 20-10 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that will give them first place in the NFC Central. Okay.
I'm Chris Berman. Tom Jackson.
Chris Berman and Tom Jackson sending us off here and sending us to California to check out the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Carolina Panthers in our final game of the day. This Panthers-Rams game is actually Lions-Rams game is actually really mismatched. And we will do that right after this quick break here on youtube.com/Shaunosaurusrex. Great opportunity for you to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. I am, like, at the moment, 1 subscriber away. Never mind, just kidding. I have 1,800 subscribers, never mind. 200 subscribers away from 2,000. If you haven't done that yet, help me hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. All right, we'll be right back with more NFL action right after this. All right, here we go. Panthers, 49ers. That's what we are checking out today. The winless Panthers heading to San Francisco to face the San Francisco 49ers in an, this is surprising, NFC West showdown.
Live from 3Com Park.
2-2
It's an NFL
versus
primetime
0-4.
matchup on ESPN.
Yeesh.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chris Berman here with Tom Jackson. Tommy, what kinds
31
of things
degrees
are you expecting to see in this
in
game?
San Francisco.
San Francisco 49ers
in, like,
find themselves
October.
in third place in the NFC West. Defensively, they're currently ranked 10th in the NFL at stopping the run and 21st when it comes to defending the pass. Meanwhile, the Carolina Panthers go into the game in last place in the NFC West, wanting to end a current 4-game slide.
Thanks, Tom.
Current 4-game
The field
slide.
condition
The
is so good
season's
down there,
4
some players
games
have gone for
old.
the shortest cleats they can find.
I've already seen one upset that I thought would go the complete opposite way. Can we see a second one here? Sebastian Janikowski is going to get us started. And we're away here in San Francisco
Coaches usually script their
from the
first
goal
2
line
plays in a game,
up
so expect
near the
some good
20, and depending on the
execution
spot,
offense
might get
to
right
start
to that
this game
20.
out.
Marlon Jackson
First
with
down,
the
here
tackle
we go.
there. First down and 10 is going to be from the 19-yard line.
19. Goal 19. Set.
San Francisco's helmets look a little dull. Don't match their pants very well.
Green looking to throw.
Trent
Eric
Green,
Davis
I
has
believe,
had a
quarterback here
heck of a
for
career as a cover
Carolina
in the
Panthers.
NFL.
I can't wait till like one of the the Lions or the Panthers, I guess now, are like 0-for.
Handoff.
They have no wins 14, 15 weeks into the season. I'd watch them every single week to see if they can do it. Every single week. It's like, we have 3 excellent playoff shaping matches, and we're going to check in on the Carolina Panthers or the Detroit Lions. Can they get a win? They're not only are these teams 0-4, 0-3, whatever. They are not scoring points well. Multiple teams, I think the Saints and the Panthers, had not scored through like 2 weeks, which is absurd. Nothing, 0. Not offensive
First and
points,
10.
not, safeties. Like, they had just not scored at all, which is wild.
Green, quick drop.
Green with a quick
6-yard
drop and a
pass
nice
by Green.
completion there.
Now
Good
that
job to hold
is a
on to that ball by
testament to his
Bannister.
physical
On
ability.
catch for 6 yards. Sets up 2nd down and 3.
Second and
Carolina
3
moving the
at
ball early.
39-yard line.
Battle for last place in the NFC West awaits the Carolina Panthers. Next week taking on the Saints.
Quick drop.
Saints have the audacity to lose or to win today.
3rd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
I don't know if the Panthers and the Lions play.
Pass play.
3rd down and 3. Tackled right as he caught it, but a good job again to hold on to that ball. Carswell. 1 reception, 6 yards.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
First quarter of game number 4 here today. First and 10 out of the 46-yard line, going with a pitch that is just incredibly well read by that defensive lineman, Marcellus Wiley, ESPN analyst. I don't know, personality, I guess.
The Panthers send a man in motion. The pitch out.
Pitch to the right side, trying to wiggle around and gets his way up to the 50. It's a good run there. 3rd down and 6. If anything, maybe Carolina just tries to make this game nice and short. They just run half a quarter off. They get 4 possessions. Each of them lasts 2.5 minutes. They win 3-0. Maybe that's how they win this game. Quarterback spreading the ball around nicely on this opening drive, getting everybody involved. A little bit of the runs sprinkled in. First and 10 in San Francisco territory. They're going to go off that right side. Went with a weird move there for Falk. I'm not sure. Would that be Mark? That wouldn't. Have we seen Marshall Falk? I feel like we have. There's a really, I like that play a lot. Kevin Falk. Okay. You know, I had a gut feeling that was his name, but I didn't want to be wrong. This is a monster drive, eating up 3 minutes already. And they are just moving this ball all over. And both ways, too. They're doing pretty well with the run. Even with the big setback on the pitch to the outside or the run to the outside that the defense stopped really well, they're continuing to pound the ball. They're continuing to get yards on the ground, as well as through the air. 2nd down and 8. Falk with a nice run there. And he'll get a first down inside. 6 carries for 42 yards already.
The running game helps an offense control the clock and really opens up the door for some play-action passes.
We're going to go straight drop there. Into the end zone. Overthrows everybody. That'll bring that clock to a stop. We'll take a look at the offensive line. Kevin Falk, Hines Ward.
2nd down and 10 to go.
I believe Chad Pennington, the man under center. 2nd and 10. We go with the run. I kind of like that. You know, just get those seconds churning. Just keep it rolling. Keep San Francisco's offense off the field. Wear that defense down. 3rd down and 9. They can get a first down before the touchdown. For the end zone, I should say. And they don't. Oh, he had it in his hand. I thought it was a touchdown. But an excellently timed tackle pops that ball out. And a 4-minute and 15-second drive is going to bring out Phil Dawson, 3rd-year pro out of Texas. And he is up. And it is good.
That's his first field goal today.
Feels like San Francisco's maybe playing in a bit of a generic stadium, or I'm just not as familiar with it as I thought I was.
Here's the kick.
We'll get up just past the 20. And with 39 seconds to go in quarter number 1. That's right, we burned through quarter number 1. San Francisco is on the field for their first drive of the day. Down 3 to the winless Panthers.
It's a run.
They're going with a run. Tackled after a gain of 1.
2nd and 9. The 49ers put a man in the slot. The pitch to center.
Ooh, pitch to the right side. Nothing doing there.
Aeneas Williams has never
Aeneas Williams with an excellent play in the backfield to drop him for a loss of 4. This is a big play for this Carolina Panthers defense. Get him off the field. Give it to your offense. Oh, they're going pitch pass. It's deflected. That's a well-timed deflection right there. Williams raises the roof as he bats the ball down. 4th and 14 coming up. Williams making a couple of plays on that drive. And the 49ers are going to punt the ball away. Carolina Panthers will
He's
start
liable
with
to outkick his
1st and
coverage
10,
with boots like that.
getting close to midfield.
Score at
Panthers
the end
lead
of the
3-0
first quarter,
after a
Panthers
dominating
3,
first quarter.
49ers nothing.
They took 4.5 minutes.
1st and 10.
4.5 minutes off that clock. Don't forget, after the game, we'll get you all set with scores and standings. And we'll get you out of here for next week's action. Don't forget, these usually post on Tuesdays, and they'll continue to post on Tuesdays. But we are nearing that time where it is going to be a Madden video on the 15th of August. So 2 weeks from today, the day this video posts. Be a Madden look, or a look at Madden NFL 24. Is that what it's called? We're getting ever so close. Next year, this time next year, we're going to know what they're going to have to call Madden 25. Because that already exists. Because they made it for the PS4 and the Xbox One with Adrian Peterson on the cover. Madden 25. You're going to have to call it Madden 2025?
Ball to fall.
Going with a run to Falk. Oh, he had the spin move, I thought, but
Falk gets the first down.
I'll give him the first down. He is an absolute monster. 6 yards a carry
28-yard
so
line.
far today. He has this Carolina Panthers team looking and feeling good. The early stages of quarter number 2. Throw over the middle, and that's incomplete. I'll be honest, I don't know why you are throwing this ball. Turn around, hand the ball off to Falk.
2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line. Near formation.
And let him run amok. On this San Francisco defense, they cannot stop him. 2nd and 10.
Green looking to
Green
throw.
throws, and it's going to be a completed pass. I'm looking like a fool.
The shoestring tackle at the 16-yard
With your pants on the
line.
ground. First down and 10 inside the 20 at the 16.
Green 19. Green 19.
Ball to fall.
Falk, oh my goodness.
By number 34.
Just improving that already impressive 6 yards a carry. A monster run for 9, 2nd and 1 at the 7.
Defense for San Francisco. Ooh, nice disguise.
Play action pass into the end zone over everybody's head, and that is an incomplete pass. I don't love the play. Ideally, I do like it, but it's just such a bad throw.
Pass play.
There's a throw to Falk. He's going to be short.
Pass to fall.
It's going to be just short of the end zone. 3rd year out of LSU. It is 1st and goal from the 1 yard
3
line.
minutes to go in the half. Defense brings in the big guy.
19.
I love what Carolina's doing here.
Green.
I don't love that. I don't love the pass play right there. You have not had consistent success through the air. I know you're trying to probably catch the defense off guard. It's an excellent deflection at the line of scrimmage. If you can't get to the quarterback, throw the hands up. I understand what's happening. I get it. Kevin Falk is averaging roughly 84 yards a carry. Just a guesstimate. I think it's probably pretty accurate. He's averaging, seriously though, over 6 yards a carry. You need 1 yard. Turn around and hand the ball off. And of course, as soon as I complimented the Panthers, oh my goodness. You got to the 1 yard line and you Seattle Seahawked it? You hand the ball off to beast mode, you idiots. Beast mode.
It's a fake. Breaks it outside. A 1 yard run for the touchdown.
Good solid play. He protects the ball, keeps his feet moving, and runs it in for the
Unbelievable. A fake field goal. The kicker's just standing there looking at the sky. And it works
The extra point
on
attempt
4th and
by
1.
Dawson.
Phil Dawson's coming out here to give the Carolina Panthers a 10-point lead.
It's
The kick is up,
good.
and the kick is
That's his
good.
first extra
I'm
point
going to take a
today.
look at some footage here real quick because I'm curious at how many points the Panthers had at the conclusion of last week. Let me find it here. Week number 4.
Brought down
Number
by Harden.
4. And number 4.
First down and 10 to go. I formation, receiver in the slot. Favre looks downfield.
Oh, wow. Brett Favre playing for the San Francisco 49ers. Disgusting. Disgusting.
13-yard reception by Smith. That's his first pass reception today. Favre.
So he might need to go forward. Favre over the middle, finds a receiver. That'll be a catch, and we'll get to the 2-minute warning.
Reception by McDuffie.
Panthers had scored 13 points through their first 4 games of the season. They have already put up 10 in today's game. It's a good start for Carolina, as we are already winding towards halftime, which is absurd.
No, it's a pass.
Play action pass, Favre down the right side. Finds a receiver, but he hangs on to the shoestrings and makes sure that the receiver goes down. After a pretty nice gain off a play action pass, the city of San Francisco welcomes you.
First down and 10 to go. The quarterback looks to pass.
Favre looking for a receiver out of the backfield, finds him. A really nice tackle there by Derek Brooks to make sure that he doesn't get more than he already had. Just laid out, threw his hands at their feet, and found a tackle. Favre almost throws an interception over the middle of the field. Taking a look at the offensive line here. The backs and receivers, Sanders, TJ McDuffie.
Third and 1 at the
Third and short. Using motion from right to left. Favre takes the snap, hands the ball off. Carolina's got to get that tackle maybe a little bit sooner. Something I'm noticing from the San Francisco team is they're getting a lot of those animations where they're able to stay up on their feet for a little bit longer before falling down. Favre throws, hit by Belser.
Second and 8.
Short gain. Favre rolls to his right, throws to the right, and it is deflected nicely, but they're going to call pass interference.
Defensive pass interference.
Oof.
Number 55, defense.
That is a huge penalty for Carolina.
They got caught there. It was a nice call by the ref.
First and goal at the 1-yard line. Defense brings in the big guy. Pass play.
Favre into the end zone, immediately cashes in.
McDuffie.
Carolina's really lucky to have the lead. I really didn't like their play calling down with the goal-to-go situation. I know they got the fake field goal to be a success for them, but they should be winning this game 10-6. Not in the way that they got there. Sebastian Janikowski is 1,000% a left-footed kicker, but in this game he is kicking righty for some reason.
Here's the kick.
Down to the 5-yard line, up to the 20, 25, 30. Oh my goodness, a monster return for Carolina. We'll see if they can put some more points on the board. I feel like this is a very precarious position for Carolina to be in. They don't want to give the ball back to San Francisco too quickly, but I'm sure they want to be aggressive with their play calling. Green's going to find nobody on the backside. 4 seconds gone, 36 to go. Not a whole lot of success through the air. They have had success on the ground. That's where their bread and butter has been today. And that's where you have to stick. That's what you have to stick with. You can't do this. This is bad. There's a pitch to the outside. Falk doesn't pick up a ton of yards. I wonder if Carolina also just kind of goes, you know what, we're just going to take it to half.
7-yard line. 3 receivers set for Carolina.
Because San Francisco did execute that drive fairly quickly. Big chunk plays over through the air. Green misses everybody.
Kick it away. Here's the punt.
I know you want to be aggressive. I know you want to pick up yards, big chunks of yards through the air. I know you want to try and put more points on the board, but
by Charlton.
thankfully they had that run in there that burned some clock. Otherwise, you're potentially looking at a pretty... Derek Brooks on there twice. A picture so nice they used it twice.
10 to go. The D sets up against the pass. Pass play.
Favre throws, it's caught. He's going to... Oh, no. Oh, no. He's free and clear to the 10-5. Touchdown at the buzzer. San Francisco takes the lead going into half.
That touchdown was
Oh, no. We're going to take a look at the replay here, and you can see it's a nice high-pointed ball. 3 Carolina defenders take each other out, and just no one with a chance to catch him. What an absolute disaster. Now you're starting to see why this Carolina Panthers team 0-4. Horrendous decision there. I really think you just run the clock out. That's your game. You're not going to try. You're not going to get anything through the air. Trent Green can't hit the broadside of a barn.
That'll be 2 extra points today.
But you have a monster running back, and you just chose not to use him.
The Panthers are set.
All right, we're back with half number 2, Phil Dawson. Looking to kick this ball deep.
We're underway.
And they are so lucky that they are only down 4. It's also a huge bummer that they weren't able to do anything with the pretty good kickoff return. I know that they was short on time and they were trying to, but the passing game, I don't know. It just needs to be better. It has to be better.
Tackled by Brooks. 2nd down and 6 to go. Pass play.
Drops back and throws and finds nobody.
Down
Not really sure who that was intended for. It was just a bad throw on every level.
Favre looks downfield.
Favre throws over the middle, finds a receiver somehow. Again, one of those plays that looks like a defender's going to get in the way, knock that ball away, and create a 4th down. Instead, it's a conversion on 3rd down, and it's 1st and 10 for San Francisco. Carolina can let up a field goal, but I don't think they can go down multiple scores here. Especially with how long it took them to get that first field goal.
Barely brought down at the 36-yard line. 2nd down and 7 to go. 4 down linemen on D.
Pitches left side, meets a man and falls forward.
That's his 5th tackle today.
3rd down and 4 from the 40-yard line. Favre throws left side into triple coverage and somehow finds a receiver. Lamar Smith, 3rd catch of the day.
He's 3 for 4 passing on this drive.
Catches like that are the difference between being a star.
Carolina's defense doing a pretty good job here. They let up the 3rd down conversion, but nobody's really broken one.
A 1-yard run.
They did break the one at the end. I'm just talking about this specific drive. I understand that. Derek Brooks picked up tackle number 5 to match the 2 5s on his jersey. 2nd down and 11.
To his position.
Pitch to the right side. Made a man miss somehow with those moves. Brooks on the tackle yet again. Getting used to seeing that number 55. 3rd down and 9. Carolina's giving up yards, but they're making sure to get tackles. They're not giving up too much this time around. And hopefully that one big play was an anomaly. That's a really nice stop there on 3rd down. San Francisco does a nice job just milking half of this 3rd quarter away. See if he can cough and corner it. Will be all right. Somewhere around the
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
The 12-yard line. I was going to say between the 10 and 15. then I didn't have really much of an answer, so.
The quarterback looks to
Quarterback
pass.
drops and throws. It looked like it was in the hands, but the hit dropped him. Datton Wynn. He's a familiar face, especially in some of these early ones. We saw his teams a lot in the NFL Fever games. Wow, huge run. Hey, that's what you should be doing. Don't know why you're even throwing the ball. I really don't. Kevin Falk is injured holding that leg. Ooh, no. Kevin Falk was their best opportunity to win a football game, and he is now out with an injury. We'll get a report shortly. Throw to the flat. Throw is high, and I'm not sure if it was a screenplay or what, but that's a bad play call. It's a bad play call with worse execution. It's a 3-yard loss and sets them up a 2nd down and 13. Would not be surprised to see the Panthers kind of fall out of that run-first offense and go more pass-first. Pulled hamstring for Kevin Falk.
Should be out 2 to 4 weeks.
Ooh. Their best offensive piece is out 2 to 4 weeks with a pulled hamstring. And now they're going to just start throwing the ball all over the yard, and they just have not been consistent with it. I know they got the catch right there. That's a really nice play. Or a nice catch, I should say. Hines Ward. Kind of a
First and 10.
Like prophecy, prophetic. Hey, Hines Ward could be around for a long time. He was. So 1st and 10. And they're getting way out of their run-first mentality, and they're just going to try and throw the ball all over the yard.
2nd and short. The offense is in a strong I formation.
I formation. This is where I think you need to just run it. 2nd down and 1. Just try and pick up that 1st down.
Green looks downfield.
Throws, and it's nearly intercepted. Nice drive on the ball by Doring.
Throwing the ball there was a rookie-type mistake.
And it's 3rd down and 1.
Realizing that a defender was in position to just jump up and make the play.
Left side, nice catch. He's getting up the field near the 25-yard line. Will be taken down near the boundary. It'll be 1st down and 10.
Quarterback, flanker, tailback, and split end.
Green drops back.
Green throws left side, finds a man, and it's caught for a touchdown. Carolina, in this one game, has doubled their entire point scoring, or points for, in like 3 quarters. They had 13 points coming into this game. They have 16 already. For a 3-point lead, Phil Dawson can pick up point number 5 of the day and push this to a 17-14 game.
And it's good.
Carolina making it interesting.
Here's the kick.
The kick is away. Into the corner. Will be returned up to the 20. Ooh, man. They showed up. And they stopped him right before the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Pull back to the strong side. 2 tight ends for San Francisco.
So Favre comes out with a play-action pass. Deep left side hand off the hands of the defender.
Let's go inside the number. The 49ers have to like the production they're seeing passing the ball. Anything stand out to you in these stats, Tom?
The offense haven't needed to jump off the ball very much so far.
So 2nd down and 10. High points the ball nicely. Finds a completion pretty open there, but the Carolina defense doing a nice job here in the 2nd half of making sure that he's not getting too much more than that. 1st and 10.
10 to go. The 49ers send a man in motion. Quarterback drops back.
See, there's where the screenplay just doesn't look very good. It just looks very disorganized.
14.
Carolina leading by 3 through 3.
2nd down.
Kevin Falk is out. That's a big deal. That's the story here. He was a monster in the 1st half. Pulled a hamstring. He'll be out for a couple of weeks.
Here's the pitch out.
It feels like that is going to give San Francisco the bump that they need. I'm really surprised that Carolina was able to consistently drive down the field passing the ball.
3rd and 3.
Third down and 3. Big third down for this defense. If they turn it back, if they can get the ball back to their offense, I'd love to see them start using that. Oh, an interception. He picked off Favre, and he'll get it up near midfield. Williams, they keep highlighting him. The offense of the 49ers keeps picking on him, and he makes them pay. Carolina needs to just turn around and hand the ball off, or pitch it. That's fine too. Whatever keeps this clock moving, get back in the huddle and burn 30 seconds. Orlando Huff, second tackle of the day. You can stop this disastrous, dastardly 4-game losing streak to open the season.
Where and how they're going to find running room.
Oh, okay. They fooled me on that draw. I bet.
7-yard line.
Third down and 6. Not using enough of the clock, in my opinion, but they're kind of milking it at some point. Green, deep pass right side, deflected. Can't make anything of the turnover, the sudden change. Did not use enough of the game clock, in my opinion, and they will punt it back to San Francisco with 3:53 remaining here in quarter number 4. Looks like he'll return it around the 10-yard line. Gets about 6 yards, and that is where that will end.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
33. 33.
Running play.
And with a handoff, it's fumbled. Oh, it's fumbled, and he gets thrown NFL blitz style up over the shoulder. It's going to get a gain of 3.
Quarterback drops back. Caught by center.
Nice job by that Carolina defense to drive with the shoulder into a big tackle. Kevin Hardy, 8 tackles on the day. A couple of QB knocks and a forced fumble. 3rd down and 4. 3:19 to go here in quarter number 4. Favre, left side, and nobody home for that one. The punt is away. 3:09 to go in this one. He'll get up to the 40. A spin move. He'll get up to about the 45-yard line. A spin move from the 40 to the 41. Actually, they'll start this drive at the 46-yard line near midfield. Again, just turn around and hand the ball off. That's a good run right there. The offensive line doesn't seem like they're having quite the way that they were with that San Francisco defensive line early in this game. Second down and 10, really holding this huddle for a long time. That's what you want to see out of this.
Second and 10. The D shows a 4-3.
Second down and 10.
Green
with a quarterback draw, quarterback sneak. Kind of a weird play there. Should allow them to run it down to the 2-minute warning. Well, they will be looking at a 3rd down and 6. Still plenty of time for San Francisco and a bunch of timeouts in the back pocket. This is a big 3rd down. Carolina needs a conversion here. And then it starts to get so weird towards 30 seconds. We've already seen Carolina give up a big play right at the end of the half.
2-minute warning.
We will hit that 2-minute warning.
49ers 14. It's a run.
Going with a run, he was just short. He was a yard short. It looked like he was going to be there, but Dat Nguyen coming in big with a nice stop right about a yard. They'll give him 4th and 1. He came in, he sure-footed, sure tackling, drove him back instead of that animation of stumbling forward, or the animation of throwing him kind of forward or throwing him up over the shoulder. Just took him, drove him back, and put him with a 4th and 1. Good job here. Burden as much clock as possible. San Francisco will have a bunch of timeouts with 1:17 to go. Ball leaves the foot, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. 1:14 to go. Exciting finish here between a winless Carolina Panthers team and a 2-2 San Francisco team, quarterbacked by Brett Favre. Right on the sideline. They're not going to call him out of bounds. O.J. McDuffie with his 7th catch of the day. Well over 100 yards. He must have had the monster play earlier in the game. They just need a field goal to tie and send us to overtime. Favre throws and finds a receiver with good positioning behind the first defender and in front of the second defender. Relatively easy reception sets up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Favre drops back, throws left side, off the hands and incomplete. 2nd down. Left middle for 97. That was the big play, largely the big play that happened right before halftime. Carolina had dominated half number 1, and then San Francisco scored 2 touchdowns pretty quickly to shift themselves in front. Number 39 throws right side, incomplete. 3rd down and 10. 46 seconds to go. 2-down territory here for the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, they could, if they really wanted to, they could punt it. Actually, no, they can't. They burned the timeout. I forgot about that. 2-down territory for the 49ers, and they're going to need that second try. Or I guess technically 4th. Here it is. For the game, most likely. Carolina leads by 3. They're winless. San Francisco needs a conversion on 4th and 10. Favre throws and he finds a one-handed catch. Oh, Carolina had done such a good job defensively, and they give up the big play at the wrong time. Favre from the shotgun. San Francisco down to 1 timeout after that. They're going to take a big sack right there. Celebration's going to let that clock wind. 5-yard loss. Back to the 47. 2nd and 15 from under center. He takes a short drop. Hits a receiver on a pretty short route. That's a 9-yard gain and 3rd and final timeout. So that is it. San Francisco's going to be in trouble if they're throwing toward the middle of the field. And that is what they do. The sure-handed tackling here in the second half for Carolina. They should be able to get the field goal unit on even with these celebrations and stuff. It's going to be Janikowski. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The kick is wide. It's wide. No good. Carolina wins. Carolina wins by 3. Janikowski is a left-footed kicker. And for some reason, he's a righty in this game, and I don't know why. Oh, we can take a look at the replay. It's a 5.83 second clip. Oh boy, and the controls are bad. The controls are bad. It looked bad off the start. Wow. There's the kick, and it just stayed right the whole time. San Francisco Stadium does look very weird, I feel. I don't know. Maybe somebody's a San Francisco expert, but just seems like maybe it's right, and I just don't recognize it, but wow. Unbelievable. The Carolina Panthers and New Orleans Saints, a matchup that was going to happen next week that it was looking like, or at least had the potential to, at least had the potential of a victoryless, a winless matchup. Both teams win today. All right, let's take a look at the scores for week number 5. The Bears beat the Falcons by 15, 29-14. Bengals take down the Steelers 17-13 in Pittsburgh. The Saints pick up their first win of the season, 14-10 over the Vikings. The Patriots fall in Miami, 17-14 to the Dolphins. Browns all over the Chargers in Cleveland, 24-6. Titans beat the Ravens on a game that we watched here on the channel, 10-3. Oh, and then the Eagles, the first game of the day, 14. I realized I was like, that wasn't the first game. Eagles beat the Cardinals 14-7. Game number 1 broadcast here. New York all over Washington, 26-6. Kind of a surprising output for a team that leads the NFC East and has put up a lot of points for and not very many against. Seahawks, they win at home 20-3 over the Jaguars. Broncos beat the Chiefs 17-6. The Jets in an absolute thriller, 3-0 over the Bills. Packers double up the Bucs 20-10 in the Battle of the Bays. And then the Panthers in a very good game. That was a very good game. Minus some play calling. Panthers, they're probably more lucky to win than I realized, but that touchdown felt like they deserved it because they had done so well, and it was terrible play calling, and they should have just run the ball. Anyway, Panthers beat the 49ers to pick up their first victory in an NFC West clash, 17-14. The Rams blanked the Lions by a nice little score of 7-0. Taking a look at the primetime players, Frank Sanders for the Dolphins, 182 receiving yards, 1 touchdown reception. That is the AFC offense, if I didn't mention it. Marco Coleman on the defensive side for the AFC, 4 sacks, my goodness, 1 fumble recovery and 2 tackles, just for fun. Tim Cedar, 2 field goals, 2 extra points for Seattle. O.J. McDuffie, 2 receptions, 155 yards, and 64 yak in a loss, but he is the primetime player for the NFC offensive side. On the defensive side, you have Arenas Williams. I don't think that's saying that correctly. He was a highlight reel himself. Absolutely magnificent on that Panthers defense. 8 tackles, an interception, 2 passes defensed. And your special teams player is Steve Christie for the NFC, 4 field goals and 2 extra points. Let's get you to the standings, where we have the Seahawks, Bengals, Rams, and Packers all at 4-1 to lead the NFL. Buccaneers and Raiders are at 3-1. There's a look at the NFC. 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something. I don't know. It's a mess. Starting in the NFC East, Washington leads at 3-2, 91 points for 69 points against Noise. They're on a 1-game losing streak. Cowboys couldn't take advantage of Washington's loss. They actually might have been off today, I realized. Never mind. Cowboys are 2-2. The Eagles are 2-3. The Giants 2-3. The Cardinals 1-3. Eagles on a 2-game win streak. Good for them. Rams lead the NFC West at 4-1. The Falcons trail closely behind at 3-2. Big loss for the 49ers, who could have kept pace with that Falcons team, but they've lost 2 in a row after starting 2-1, and they are now 2-3. Saints and Panthers, 1-3 and 1-4 respectively, but they both won their games today and played, I guess, pretty well. Saints tripled their points for with 14 today, and they had 7. And then the Panthers had 13, and they were able to get that all the way up to 30. So good job. Good job. Those two meet in a Week 6 contest that I was hoping to feature, but we won't. Packers lead the NFC Central after a victory against the Buccaneers, 4-1. The Buccaneers 3-1. The Bears are 2-2. The Vikings are 2-3. The Lions are 0-4, scoring 10 points. 10 total points this season. They are the last remaining winless team. Flipping over to the AFC, the AFC East is crowded. It was crowded last season as well. Bills, Patriots, Jets, all 3-2. Colts, 2-2. And the Dolphins, 2-3. In the West, the Seahawks lead. They are 4-1. The Raiders, I believe, had a bye week as well. 3-1. 3-2 are the Broncos. Chiefs are 2-3. The Chargers, 1-3. They started 1-0, and they have lost everything since. In the Central, the most packed and often most crowded, wild, wacky division, Bengals are on top at 4-1. The Jaguars are 3-2. Titans 2-2. The Ravens 2-3. The Browns 2-3. The Steelers 1-3, and they only have a -5 point differential, which is kind of wild. And that'll do it. That catches you up on everything you need to know about Week 5 of ESPN NFL Prime Time 2002. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll be back next Tuesday with Week 6 of this lovely series, episode number 86. And then on the 15th, we'll be taking a look at Madden 24 for a little bit. And then we'll be right back into it on August 22nd. That's the day. I don't know where Tuesday is. Happy August. That's right. It's already August of 2023. What in the heck is time and where is it going? Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more, be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos, and you can catch more NFL action every Tuesday right here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next week. Good sports. Go football.